Welcome, one and all.
This is the greatest show.
Check out this week's live stream.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, I'm Jimmy, and welcome to my house.
Balkan Nation. Assemble.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. It is the final countdown. We are counting down to midnight Eastern tonight. It is not a countdown we are excited about. It is not a countdown we want to be doing, but we are counting down to the CBA deadline. Actually, in about an hour, the two sides, the players and the owners, are going to be sitting down again in Texas to hopefully try to maybe kind of, sort of, I don't know, work something out. So hopefully we could hear something about how things are progressing, if there's any chance of a saving grace. I still think the best case scenario, if we could have it, is that they just extend the thing another 12 months, extend it a year if they don't think they can get a deal done, if they think they're so far apart and they're not going to be able to work something out in the next 2 months, 3 months, just extend the thing a year. All right, there's a lot on the table. We can dive into what's going on, what we got on the table. Luke, we did see that. Be careful, Luke. I'll just say this, Luke. We had some issues last night, and my mods are going to be watching for spamming. I will allow you guys to spam. Wait for me to give you the green light. I will allow you to do it, but I've got to watch out for that. My mods are going to be tight on that after last night. So we're going to do a couple things today. We're not just going to sit here and scroll through Twitter. We're going to bust out the player board again, and you guys, this time it is going to be you guys. No problem, Luke. It's all good. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to, usually it's me in control of the player board, right? You guys voice your opinion in the chat, and I'm so appreciative that you do that. But today, this time, it is going to be you guys. We're going to use the poll feature, and you guys are going to decide if deals are going to get done. We're going to have the player board up. I will show you what the player board is going to look like. We're going to do it not just for the top free agents, but for the potential trades. So let me show you guys. Where is the screen? Here's the screen. Here's the screen. Maybe in a minute the screen will pop up. There it is. So you notice on the player board we have a yellow Y and a red N. You guys will decide if the deal is going to happen today or not. And again, it is not just for the free agents, but we are also going to do it for the players that have been rumored, talked about for trades. Again, we have the yellow Y, the red N. You guys are going to decide if the trade is going to happen and if the player is going to get signed. So we'll dig into that in a couple minutes. But we do want to kind of talk about what's happening. What do we know in the terms of any player movement that could happen? The last big deal we had was late last night. We were actually live on stream when it went down. Rizzo Iglesias around 11:30 Eastern, I think it might have been, maybe pushing midnight. Rizzo Iglesias got his 4-year deal with the Angels done. Good for him. And I had been talking about it leading up to that I think at this point the free agent deals that you'll see get done are players going back to the teams they were with last year, and then Iglesias went down, and smaller players, right? The smaller deals, the $1 million deals, the $2 million deals, the 1-year deals. I think those are the most likely deals. The smaller deals, the deals where players are going back to where they were last year, or, and this is the third option, is if the player's down to 2 or 3 teams. So that's where, a lot of people have been asking me, do I think Chris Bryant or Chris Taylor signs with the Blue Jays? And my feeling is if they get one of them, it's more likely to be Bryant, because Bryant, rumor is down to 2 or 3 teams, down to the Blue Jays, the Seattle Mariners, and the Colorado Rockies. Chris Taylor, everything we're hearing about Chris Taylor is that Chris Taylor has 6, 7 teams, has a list of teams that are still in on him. Same with Trevor Story. Trevor Story has multiple teams, more than just 2 or 3 that are in on him. So Trevor Story might not get done. They're not close enough to the finish line as we get close to the deadline. Is my point. As you're negotiating, if you got 5 or 6 teams, that means nobody is close enough with you to get the deal done. And we know there will be baseball again. We know business will open back up again. So when that happens, these teams are not going to go out and go crazy, and then all of a sudden Chris Taylor gets a $25 million a year deal just because the one of the 6 teams that were the finalists were like, I got to get him. And they're going to go crazy. Not going to happen. So I think that is what's going on, and that is also what we've seen is that some of the teams that have not spent money yet, and the fan base is going crazy. The Yankees fan base is going crazy. Phillies fan base is going crazy. The point is they're not in a spot to overspend like the Rangers are overspending. They're not in that position, so they can't do this right now. They'll clean up after the lockout if we have a lockout, and that's how they'll take care of things. So we're watching that. The news that we have, really the news that we have at this point is yesterday was a lot of the arbitration stuff. The Freddie Freeman, really yesterday was all about Freddie Freeman, Trevor Story, and Chris Bryant, right? That's what it was all about. It was all about those 3. They dominated yesterday. Carlos Correa was quiet. There was really nothing on Carlos Correa. There were a lot of unverified accounts talking about Carlos Correa to the Yankees over the last 48 hours. But we got to wait for the verified accounts. It's got to be a verified account, or if it's unverified, you got to have like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 followers if you're an unverified account. So we had a lot of the unverified accounts that had 1,000 followers or 500 followers or 200 followers saying deals were happening. Angels getting Carlos Correa, things like that. But again, if you have 200 followers and you've been on Twitter for a year, I'm not buying it. So, but we heard about Chris Bryant down to the Mariners or the Blue Jays. And then we heard later in the day that the Rockies were making a push. We heard the Mariners making a push for Bryant and Story. Now, they're not going to get both, but they're pushing for both of those players. We heard Freddie Freeman with the thoughts of the Braves, or the Dodgers not getting Scherzer and Seeger back, that the Dodgers are shifting their focus to Freddie Freeman. We knew the Yankees were already involved. You have the Blue Jays getting mentioned by Carlos Baerga. I think there is a slim to none chance. I give it 5-10% at the most that Freddie Freeman goes to the Blue Jays. I think if he's going to make the emotional decision, not a money decision, I think he goes to Atlanta. If he makes a money decision, he'll end up in LA or New York, because I think LA or New York will probably give him that 6th year. Atlanta has been very hesitant about that. Toronto will not give him a 6th year. I can't see it. So you have a potential spot. And Toronto has Vladdy at first. They don't want Vladdy to play third. The organization does not want Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at third base. Though I think he could do it, they don't want him there. So we have all that news about Bryant. Excuse me. We have all the talk about Bryant, sort of down to 3 teams. Seeger, the Mariners are pushing for him. The Rockies are pushing for him. A lot of teams pushing for, I'm sorry, not Seeger, but Story. Seeger's already done. We'll pull up a couple of these guys. Again, for Trevor Story, these, in my opinion, are the 6 teams that make the most sense for him. I have been picking Seattle for a long time. I'm going to stick with Seattle. What's up, Go Caps? You in the D.C. area? Go Caps. If I had to pick a hockey team, I'd pick the Capitals. They're the closest to me. So we got Trevor Story. I think these are his 6 finalists. I think that it ends up being Seattle in the end. Most smoke seems to be around the Seattle Mariners doing the deal, but we'll see what happens. You got Chris Bryant. Again, these I think are his 6 teams. We know the Rockies are involved. I think it makes sense for him to go to Philly. We know the Blue Jays and Mariners seem to be the finalists. It makes sense for him to go to Milwaukee. Whether that happens or not is to be seen. It probably won't. And, of course, the Giants are going to try to bring him back. And, again, we talk about Freddie Freeman. Atlanta, New York, LA, Toronto. Again, if I'm putting a percentage chance, I'm going Toronto 10, Atlanta 50, LA 30, and then 10 New York. If I'm giving out percentage chances there. Mauricio, no Mets for who? No, I do not believe. I've been saying it. I feel like I've been saying it constantly since the Max Scherzer deal. I don't see the Mets getting any of these players. I don't see the Mets in on Correa, Story, Bryant, any of them. I think if the Mets are going to make moves, the Mets are going to make more fiscally responsible moves. They went and they spent their money for Trevor Story. I'm sorry, Trevor Story. Jesus. Where did that even come from? Max Scherzer? I got names just everywhere, and I'm just grabbing at a name, and I grabbed the wrong one. So I think if you are the Mets, if you're realistically thinking about what could we get, it's not going to be those guys. It'll be a Brad Miller. Brad Miller hit 20 home runs last year and had an OPS close to 800 for the Phillies. That wasn't bad. Mets fans, you know about Brad Miller. Brad Miller was decent. It'll be, and I'm just throwing out names. I don't think there's any link to that. It'll be Freddie Galvis. It'll be Alex Dickerson. It'll be, maybe to bring Kevin Pillar back. It'll be something like that. And those are good players, but it's not Javi Baez. It's not Chris Bryant. I just don't see them unless they are able to move some money via trade. I just don't see a big splash coming, a big high-ticket item coming. I just don't see it. You can get an impact bat that isn't Chris Bryant. You can. I know John Heyman put out there the pitching and an impact bat. They can do that and it doesn't necessarily mean Chris Bryant. When John Heyman did that, John Heyman was effing with the Mets fans. I'm convinced he was secretly trolling Mets fans because an impact bat is something that means something different to everybody. Donovan Solano can be an impact bat. Mets fans, if you got Donovan Solano, you should be excited about that. But Donovan Solano's not Chris Bryant or Javi Baez, so it might be a little tough pill to swallow. So anyway, it's really the four that we're really the most interested in. I think from a community. From a baseball perspective, it's Correa, Story, Bryant, and Freeman. Correa, Story, Bryant, Freeman. Where will they go? Will they get deals done? I don't think Correa gets done. We look at Correa's market. This, in my opinion, are his 5 finalists, and there's only one team on here that would give him 10 for $350 million. There's only one, and it's the Yankees. And if Brian Cashman knows that. So if Brian Cashman knows that, why is he going to do it? There is going to be a staring game played between Carlos Correa and the New York Yankees. Because Houston can't do it. They've already put their best offer forward. That's public. Seattle's not going to do it. Miami doesn't have the means to do that. Philly is not going to do that, especially when I think they're more focused on an outfielder, and they've already got one mega contract. You bring in a second mega contract, you better be sure that player makes you a World Series contender, because it's going to be tough to do a lot of player movement for Philly if they had 2 of those mega contracts. Yankee fan, I mean, look, think about it. Think about it this way. If you're a Phillies fan, you're like, why hasn't my team done anything yet? They got to be smart. The Yankees are almost the poster child right now for teams that are in that let's go spend a lot of money phase and to be smart about it, because Garrett Cole, Giancarlo Stanton are both $30 million a year AAV guys. They got 2 of them. They're staring at a third with Aaron Judge. So that's $100 million in 3 players. That's almost halfway to the luxury tax. So now that could change with the new CBA, whatever that number might be. But my point is, you gotta think about that, because it is definitely impacting the Yankees' ability to do something. Yeah, of course, Corey Seeger would have been a Yankee if Giancarlo Stanton wasn't a Yankee. That contract is hurting him. Anthony Rizzo satchel. I love the idea of Anthony Rizzo going back to the Yankees. I think that makes sense. I think there's a few spots for him. Doesn't seem like it's a layup or a slam dunk or an easy play for that Rizzo deal to get done. But I think Rizzo goes. I feel like teams that want a lefty first baseman prefer Freddie Freeman. If Freddie Freeman had been done by the Braves going back, then Rizzo would probably be off the board right now. But I think the focus is on Freddie Freeman. There are teams that still believe they could get Freddie Freeman. The Dodgers probably feel like they can get him. The Yankees probably feel like they could get him. And the Braves feel like they could get him. And when Freddie Freeman goes off the board, if he goes whichever two of those three don't get him, they might jump into the Rizzo sweepstakes. Benjamin Castellanos, we haven't heard a lot of anybody close on Castellanos. We've heard the Marlins talked about him. We've heard the Phillies talked about him. I think he makes sense with the Brewers. There's a few options for Nick Castellanos. Where does he actually wind up is an interesting thought. We can pull up the player graphic from yesterday. I think it makes sense in Milwaukee. Milwaukee needs a power righty bat to pair with Christian Yelich. So I think Milwaukee makes sense, though. Milwaukee has not been linked. I think it makes sense. The Phillies have been linked. Miami has been linked. There's some push for San Francisco. But if I were to put two in front, I would put Miami and Philly. Miami, if they want to go out there and just win this portion of the offseason, to go get Castellanos after bringing in Garcia and trading for Wendell, Miami all of a sudden, I don't see Miami as a last place team next year. Washington is going to be in the cellar in the National League East. Miami's going to pass them, and that's why the Phillies need to do something, because Miami is going to start to close in on the Phillies. So that's why the Phillies, that's the fascinating piece with Castellanos, that he has been messaged or mentioned with the Marlins and the Phillies. Those two teams, whoever gets between Miami and Philly, whoever gets Castellanos, that could also be the third. That could be your. We got third locked down in the NL East, and third place in the NL East could get you into the playoffs, especially if they're expanding, adding one or two more teams to the postseason next year. Especially if you have a situation where, as it is, you can already have three teams from one division make the playoffs, right? It happened last year in the American League. You had the Yankees, Red Sox, and the Rays. So as it is, you could have those three teams. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Like I said, I know I'm early to the party, and I like the Marlins. If Miami gets Castellanos, I almost put the Marlins ahead of the Phillies too. Anthony, can you see the Marlins signing both Anthony Rizzo and Castellanos to hometown discount deals? That's an interesting question. I don't think they can get both of them, because Castellanos is going to want a big payday. I don't think they can get both of them. Now, could they get Anthony Rizzo and then an impact outfielder not named Castellanos? Could they get Anthony Rizzo and Eddie Rosario? Could they get Anthony Rizzo and Jorge Soler? Yeah, I think they could do that. Could they get Anthony Rizzo and Michael Conforto? I think Miami could do that, because I was saying it yesterday. It just screams 1 year deal is Michael Conforto. He can take a 1 year deal, go out there and have a season like he did in 2019, his last good season. Go out there, be great. You'll come back in. You'll enter the free agent market again. You'll only be 30. You can. Marcus Semien just got 7 years for a truckload of money. So there you go. Michael Conforto, you can get a 7 or 8 year deal next year as well. Michael Conforto just screams 1 year deal to me. Let's see. What is Caleb asking? What was Caleb asking? I see you, David. Thank you for watching that. Marlins are on the cusp. They need to bet. I love the pitching in Miami. I absolutely love it. I love Miami's rotation. It might be. I know the Mets are the Mets from top to bottom, and you know my favorite team. My favorite rotation in all of baseball is probably going to be the Seattle, the Florida, Miami Marlins. I'm just gonna start referring to them as the South Beach Marlins. Come on now. Alcantara, Lopez, Rogers, Luzardo, Sanchez. Sanchez says that reports out that he's going to be 100% ready to go next year. Cabrera. I love it. I think Pablo Lopez could get traded, but, we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Let's actually make an update here. I'm going to make a change to our stuff. We are going to pull up the board in a minute, you guys. And you guys are going to make some predictions on what's going to happen. I want to I'm getting the viewer count up so you guys can so we have a good volume, a good number of you guys in there. Anthony, you disagree because you have to remember both Derek and Kim at the end of the season said they're going to spend big money. So here's the thing. Avisail Garcia is a big free agent. Now, again, what we're doing here, it's all relative. It's open to interpretation. Big money, big free agents, all that stuff. What's big to Derek Jeter and Miami, and what's big to you is completely different. And what's big to me, I think Avisail Garcia is a big signing. I think it's a great deal. So, but obviously, Anthony, to you, and again, this is fair. It is fine to disagree on this channel. That's okay. It sparks debate, and we might learn something. So we're okay with disagreements here. So my point is, you view Rizzo and Castellanos as a big deal. I think Garcia was a big deal. So Garcia and Rizzo, those would be two big deals. So that's my thing. A big deal and it's also relative to the market. Big deals for Miami are different than big deals for the Dodgers. Big deals for the Dodgers are Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Max Scherzer, Trey Turner, things like that. Big deals for Miami, Rizzo and Garcia, if they can get Rizzo done. So that is that's just a thought on what you're thinking there. But it's fair. Scrolling through the chat real quick. Jonah, you don't think Hernandez would get traded? Which Hernandez? Are we still talking about Miami's rotation? Eliezer Hernandez? He wouldn't get traded. If anyone's gonna get traded, it's gonna be Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez is just on a clock situation. It was Alcantara and Lopez that were the furthest along. Jameson, Braves outfielders. What's his name's back? Adam Duvall's back. Tendered him a contract. He's back. And after that, I think Soler would be the one that comes back. He could be the DH because now you've got Marcell Ozuna back in the mix. Teoscar Hernandez, Teoscar Hernandez definitely is not going to get traded. Won't happen. Pablo Lopez could fit in Houston, Jose. Very true. Someone in the chat said he would. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Who do I think the Brewers are going to get? The Brewers need to get a bat. And I like the idea of them getting a righty bat. We'll see. I think Castellanos is a great fit for the Brewers. Brewers seem to be one of those teams that are not willing to overspend in this little period here, and they're going to wait. That's what we're seeing anyway. So feels like from a Brewer perspective, you could have maybe Castellanos, one of those righties. What other righties are out there? I mean, Conforto's a lefty. They could get Cruz. I feel like no one's talking about Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz makes sense for the Brewers to be their DH. You need to support Christian Yelich. Christian Yelich, it's so important that he has a bounce-back year next year. So important. Blue Jay fan, thank you for the donation. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Where will Chris Bryant go? It's a great question. Does he go to Toronto? Does he go back to San Francisco? Does he go? Where does he go? Thank you for that donation, Blue Jay fan. I appreciate that. All right, we're at 4:45. Let's do this. Everybody smash that like. Hit that like. We are at, what's our count? We are sitting at 72. We got to blow past 100. We got to leave 100 in the rear view. So if you have not used your like yet, smash that like. Thank you to the 73 that already did it without asking. I appreciate you for doing that. Hit that like. Let's jump this thing over 100. As soon as we get to 100, we are going to bust out the player board. And you guys, we're going to do it with the poll. You guys are going to make the call on who's going to sign, where they're going to sign, all that. Sergio, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Sergio, thank you. Thank you for your support. 121. That's a jump. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Let's see here. So here's what we're going to do. Let's get this thing up. I'm going to move the FanDuel logo out of the way. And the text out of the way, because we're going to bring up the player board. Let's do this thing. Again, it is going to be, where's my screen? There we go. Let's move this out of the way. Just move a few things, because we're going to roll with this thing. It is time. No, we want to leave that up. Here it is. All right. We got the player board up. We are going, this is not a, where are they going to go? This is a, if you see right down here, we have yes, we have no. I am going to post in the chat the poll, and you guys are going to tell me if you think a deal is going to happen with the player. So let's put the first player up. We're going to create the poll. Question is, Freddie Freeman, is he going to sign before the deadline? Do you think so? Yes or no? So we'll leave it up for about a minute. Kyle, good to see you in. What's up, man? Gosman's press conference at 3. Yeah, that's the other thing they got to do. They got to get all these press conferences in before the deadline. That's another thing. So hit it, yes or no. We'll probably go about 100 votes or a minute, and then we'll move on to the next player. Do you think a Freddie Freeman deal gets done before the deadline? That's the question in the poll. So comment on the poll. If you want to comment in the chat, that's cool, but make sure you get your vote in the poll if you think Freddie Freeman gets his deal done. We are at 115 votes after about 30 seconds. I'll leave it up for a few more seconds. It is yes or it is no. That is the game we are playing today. We are 50-50. It is split down the middle. Keep the votes coming in. Do I think the White Sox make other moves, Zev? I do, but I think they're in the mix with some of these other teams, and they're just waiting. They're not going to overpay. We are at 145 votes. We are still split 50-50. Dr. 8, thank you for voting. Youngster, you got a yes. 85 Dragon Wolf, yes. Youngster, yes. Keep it coming. We got to split it. We got to split the difference. It's a 50-50 yes and no. 155 votes. We are still split 50-50. We got to get one. We are at 162 votes. It is leaning no. 51% no. 49% yes. Back to 50-50. It does look, I'm looking at the bars though, even though it's 50-50, it looks like it's a hair towards no. It's very well possible that it is a no. It might not happen. Keep them coming. Keep your votes coming. We're going to go for about 10 more seconds. And whichever way these bars are leaning, yes or no. We're at 192 votes. Let's get 8 more votes in. 8 more votes. If you haven't voted yet, let's get 8 more. And we're going to call in on Freddie Freeman, yes or no. 196 are in. 51% say yes. We get a couple more votes in. Give a chance for everybody. 202. We're going to end the poll. It is 51% yes. 49% say no. You guys say that there will be a Freddie Freeman deal in the cards. Yes to a Freddie Freeman deal. Let's move it over here, actually. Let's do that. Yes to Freddie Freeman signing. Go ahead and spam out in the chat where you think he's going to go. Do you think he goes to Toronto? Do you think he goes to Atlanta or back to Atlanta? Is he going to the Dodgers? Where's he going? Spam it in the chat where you think Freddie Freeman is going to go. But you guys say yes to a Freddie Freeman deal. Spam in the chat where you think he's going to go. I want to see. I'll read it. Hockey Kid says Atlanta. BZ says Atlanta. 0989 says Brewers. Chris says Atlanta. Lamar says Mets. Natalie says Atlanta. Mark, Braves. Nightwalker, Dodgers. Youngster, Dodgers. E. Gonzalez, Pirates. Are you crazy? A lot of Braves love. Kyle, Braves. Tyler, Braves. A lot of Braves. David, Braves. A lot of Braves. Stays put. Braves. Baseball Domain. Braves. Deke, hopefully Toronto. We will see. We will see. Blue Jays fan, going Braves. Love to see him in Toronto. Toronto shocks the world, Josh. We'll see. Happy birthday, by the way, to Javi Baez. So we got Freddie Freeman on the books. The majority of you are saying Braves, so we lean Braves as the landing spot for Freddie Freeman. Again, like I said, you guys are in control of the player board today, not me. Let's keep it going. I'm going to put the poll up. Does Anthony Rizzo get done? Poll is going to come up as soon as the poll comes up. You don't need to spam the team anymore. We're not at that point yet. We're gonna take a breath. We're gonna go the poll right now. Anthony Rizzo, does he get done? Let's go. Vote on Anthony Rizzo. Does he get done? Yes or no? If he gets done, we'll play the game on where he's going to go. You can spam where Rizzo's going to go if we get the majority saying yes. But you guys vote. Where's he going? Or not where's he going? Is he going? Is Rizzo going to sign before the deadline? Early on, 84 votes in. The majority say no. I think I agree with you. 115 votes in, heavy leaning towards no. I think I agree with. I definitely agree with most of you. If we barely think Freddie Freeman's going to get a deal done, then it's highly unlikely that Rizzo gets one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Yankees look at it. They're like, "There's no way we're getting Freeman. We're going with Rizzo last minute." Again, I am of the belief that if you were on a team last year, it's easier to get a deal done as we get closer to midnight tonight. We are pushing 200 votes, and it is heavy towards the no. It is heavy towards the no. We got 200 votes on Freeman, and it was split. So we got, let's call it 200 votes for Rizzo, and it is a heavy no on Anthony Rizzo. And like I said, guys, I think I agree with you. I do not think we get an Anthony Rizzo deal done in time. So 200 votes in, 73% say no. Next up, Kyle Seeger. Is there a deal done for Kyle Seeger? I'm going to put the poll up. Yes or no? Vote in the poll. Where do you think it's going to go? Where's Kyle Seeger? Does he get a deal done? Does he take a one-year deal somewhere? Does he stretch it out? Is Kyle Seeger going to get a deal done before the deadline? Let's see. It is about a half hour away from the players and the owners getting back together to talk in Texas. We'll see if they can get some movement. 110 votes in real quick. We are leaning no. 143 votes in. Still a heavy no on Kyle Seeger, Corey's brother. Yeah, Kyle Seeger just feels like a last minute, right before spring training, and 1 year deal to maybe go play with his brother or something like that. Heavy on the nose, 164 votes in. I'll let it stay up for another few seconds just to let anybody vote that has not voted yet. All right. I'm going to end it. There's no way it can swing around to a yes, so we're going to end it, and we're going to give a no deal on Kyle Seeger. Let's go next. This one could be interesting. I think this one's going to be much more interesting. What about Kris Bryant, guys? Here's the poll. Is Kris Bryant going to get done? Does a Kris Bryant deal happen? Yes or no before free agency? His is a little more interesting because it's between, really, from everything we're hearing, it's just 2 or 3 teams. And in my opinion, if you're closer to the finish line, maybe something can get done. These players that have 6 teams, 5 teams still on them, no shot. But if it's down to 2 or 3, then maybe a deal gets done. 119 votes in. It is a heavy yes for Kris Bryant to get done. Again, remember, if we get the yes, you guys then get to spam your arse off to pick where you think he's going to go. We are leaning heavy yes. Let's get to 200. Well, I don't think we need to get to 200 votes at this time, but I will leave it up for anybody that wants to vote that hasn't had a chance yet. We got 165 votes in, 176 votes in. It is leaning towards a yes. Kris Bryant is going to be a little bit. This was going to be an interesting one. All right, so we are going to. I'm going to give the poll 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending the poll. Right in at about 200 votes for Kris Bryant. 193 votes for Bryant. Spam, guys. Where do you think he's going to go? Where is he going? It's really down to Seattle, Toronto, Colorado seem to be the 2 teams that are the most. We got Jays, Mets, Jays, Rockies, Brewers, Jays, Dodgers, Toronto. Jays are in the lead. Where's all the love for the Mariners? Mariners fans. Natalie, you want them to go to the Phillies. Kyle, you got Jays. Mike, you got Jays. Tyler, Giants. I know you're hoping for it, Tyler. It could happen. Mike with another Jays. A lot of Jays. It's Jays. It's Mariners. It's heavy on the Jays, though. Mike with the Jays. Keep it coming. Spam it out. It's all good. Spam, 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 spam. It's Jays, Mariners, but I see so many more Jays. Some Brewers. Josh, not a fan, but you think he's going to Seattle? Jays and Mariners. All right, this is a tough one to call. Guys, I appreciate you spamming because the spam has brought us to another poll. And the poll is based on you guys. Jays, Mariners, Rockies, Giants. That's the poll. I know there was some love for the Phillies, but these 4 were the most in the spam. So here it comes. Here comes the poll. Keep spamming if you want. It's all good. But we got to vote in the poll. I got the 4 most spammed teams in the poll. Pick one. That's how we're going to decide this. That's how we're going to break the tie. $80 votes in. It's Jays with the lead right now. Jays, Mariners, Rockies, Giants. Jays with the lead. Make sure to vote. 100 votes in. Jays 46, Mariners 30. Jays just came down a few points. 107 votes in. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Who just subscribed? Somebody subscribed. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Greg, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. If you are just finding the channel for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Stay close to the channel. This is, listen, you guys are Ballcap Nation. You guys are going to be involved in the streams. That's why we do this. We have 138 votes. Can we get a few more votes in on where Kris Bryant is going to go? Right now, I do think it's heavy Jays. Maybe the Mariners could catch anybody that wants to get some Mariner love in. We're going to go for about, it's 42 to 32 Jays. We're going to go for about 10 more seconds on this, and then we're going to move on to Correa. 10 more seconds. It's getting close. 40 to 35 Jays. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Satchel, thank you for subscribing. 2, 1. I'm going to end the poll, and let's see what happens. I'm ending the poll. We'll see if anything else came through. It went 41% Jays, 34 Mariners, 17 Giants, 7 Rockies. So you guys, you have spoken. And we are going to go Kris Bryant to the Blue Jays. All right. Take a breath from the spamming because we got a new poll. Carlos Correa, is he going to get done? Will he get done before the deadline? New poll is up. Vote in the poll. Do you think he gets a deal done before the deadline? Yes or no? $41 votes in. The no's are in the lead. Carlos Correa, where's he going to go? Who's going to pay him? Are the Yankees going to pay him? They're the only team with presumably the deep pockets, in my opinion, at this point, still in the mix. 117 votes in, leaning no. Let me check. I'll check it, Kyle. While we get some more votes in, let's check. Let's see what Shai Davidi's talking about. How do I not have Shai's alerts turned on? That's a drop of the ball for me. I don't have it. Did he erase it? Only thing I have from Shai is from like 2 hours ago. 186 votes in. Let's get a couple more votes if you want to vote. It looks like it's going to be a no, but keep voting if you want to vote. I don't want to pull it out from you. I'll give 5 more seconds on the vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to end the poll on Correa. It is a no. Kyle, what was it? All right, so we are a no on a Carlos Correa deal, and I think I agree with you guys. I think I agree. We went 66% no. Next up, it was Kevin Contra. I do want to look at that. But while I look at that, let me give you guys a chance. Is Trevor Story going to get done before the deadline? Poll is up. The breakdown of Gausman's contract, $21 million, then 22, then 23. So 21 for the first 2 years, 22 million in 2024, and 23 million the last 2 years. That's fine. That's about what I figured it would be. I actually thought that maybe the first 2 years would be like 19, and then the last 2 years would have that those extra couple $1 million, making it 25. But at this point, it's all pretty close. Yes, Tyler, thank you for tweeting, adding that into the chat. We did. It is out there that it is the full no trade in his deal, so he's locked in. It's close. It is close. If Correa doesn't, then Story doesn't. We will see, David Knight. I think that Trevor Story. I do think we're getting a little bit closer to the finish line with Trevor Story because Trevor Story's the price tag isn't as high. We are leaning 56% yes, 44% no. We're going to leave it up for about another 30 seconds. But we might be picking a team for Trevor Story. Right now we are leaning a little. It's close, 56 to 44. We'll let another 30 votes come in or so. 188 likes. Guys, we are only 12 away from 200. If you have not hit the like yet, hit that like. Let's jump the 200 number. Let's blow by it. Hit that like if you haven't used your like yet. I said it yesterday. You can always hit the like, and then if I do something that sucks, you can always take it back, right? You don't have to leave it there. You can always take it back if you don't. If I again just totally bomb. One more vote. You know what? I mean, one more vote. Let's go 5 more seconds. Anybody that wants to vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to end the poll. It is going to be a yes for a Trevor Story deal. So, let's do this. Spam out where you think Trevor Story is going to go. This is your player board today, guys. We had 212 votes on that. 59% say yes. What is going on? Where do you see him going? Ian, thank you for being the 203rd. I appreciate you. Spam it, spam it, spam it, spam it. Go, 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 go. So we got a lot of teams. Here's what we're doing. We're going to do what we did last time, guys. You guys are going to spam out hard who you think is going to be the winner in the Trevor Story sweepstakes. I'm going to take the 4 teams I see the most, and we were going to create a poll because it is coming in hot and heavy for half the league right now. So we're gonna create a poll based on the four most spammed teams. All right, I'm seeing a lot of Mariners. I'm seeing a lot of Yankees. Yankees and Mariners, a lot of Yankees and Mariners. I'm seeing a lot of Astros. We got one more spot. I know Rockies are no joke. Rockies could be in the mix. We got Mariners, Yankees, and Astros. I see some Cardinals. I see some Rockies. I see some Phillies. Mike with the Royals. Mike, really? Mike, really? Oh, let's see. Let's go Cardinals. Mariners, Yankees, Astros, Cardinals. That's the poll. That's who we saw. That's who I saw the most. So vote in the poll. Where do you think he's going to go? And that is going to be the choice. Where do you think he's going to go? Give us your team in the poll. Make sure to vote. And if you were spamming Rockies, I apologize. I wish I could add a 5th option. YouTube only allows for 4. I would love to go and give you guys 6, 7, 8 options. But it only lets me go so far. Only lets me do 4. Rockies would be an honorable mention. If you were spamming the Rockies, then feel free to just abstain from the vote. So, Hashir, I see you tweeting at me. I don't know if you're here in the chat or not. I saw this guy, Mike, yesterday, too. Mike talking about the talks with Chris Taylor and Chris Bryant heating up. But Mike is a former Mets beat writer, retired, 200 followers. I don't know. Again, like I said, if it's not a verified account, I'm looking for 10,000 plus followers on Twitter with news like this. It's the only reason, and he joined in June. So I have seen that too, Hashir. I appreciate you tweeting it at me. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it because it just doesn't have a big enough following. Mariners are leading the way. It is close though. Let's get another 20 more votes in. Mariners and Yankees. It's getting tight. 35% Mariners, 31% Yankees. 16 Astros, 17 Cardinals. Where's it going? We're gonna do about 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds to try to establish Mariners for sure, or do the Yankees make a comeback in the poll? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to end the poll now. Let's see what it came up with. I'm waiting for the results because I think it could let a few more results in. Where's it going? It goes, what? No! It's a tie between the Mariners and the Yankees. Okay. This is going to be a 15-second poll, guys. It is down to Mariners and Yankees. This is the third poll for Trevor's story. This is ridiculous. But this is what we're doing. Mariners, Yankees, story. This is going to be a 15-second poll. This is going to be a flash poll. Once it's up, it is up. I'm going to count down from 15. Hit it quick, guys. Mariners and Yankees. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll is over right now. The Pirates get story. That's a good one. But yes. I will be the judge, jury, and executioner on Trevor's story. He's going to the Pirates. 141 votes in 15 seconds, guys. It goes Mariners. All right, so let's put him on the Mariners. There he goes. Kyle Schwarber is next. Is he going to sign before the deadline? Yes or no? Poll is up. We'll leave it up for about a minute. Will Kyle Schwarber sign before the deadline? Hope you guys are having fun. If you're having fun, smash that like. We're at 243 likes. Would love to jump to 300 in the next minute. You guys have made jumps of 100 before. Ballcat Nation knows how to do like jumps. We are 57 likes away. If you haven't used your like yet, smash that like. Again, you can always take it back. If I bomb or do something that sucks, you can take it back. But let's see if we can get to 300 in the next minute. We are at, it is a slight lead for Schwarber on the no right now. 150 votes in. It is 56% no, 44% yes. We're going to leave Schwarber up for about 10 or 15 more seconds. It's leaning no. It is leaning no. Pushing 200 votes. I mean, it does seem like there's a lot of teams in on Schwarber, and we talked about it earlier. The more teams that are in on Kyle Schwarber, the farther away they are from the finish line. And at this point, with 12 hours to go until the lockout deadline, Jesse, the deadline is midnight Eastern tonight. If you're not close to the finish line, it's going to be hard to get the deal done. You got to be close to the finish line. 210 votes in. It is 56-44, so it's close. I'm going to give it 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poll is closed. %, say no, 43% say yes. Samuel File, my man, he's commenting, I think, on another video. I don't know. Watching at Fort Drum on his lunch break. Samuel, I don't know if you're in here or if you're watching another video. Shout out to Samuel watching at Fort Drum. We were talking about Fort Drum yesterday. All right, we've got, oh, shoot, where did it go? No for Kyle Schwarber. 56% say no. So it was a close one, but I think I agree with you guys. I don't see a Schwarber deal getting done before the deadline. New sub in the house. That belongs to Jason Beers. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcat Nation, Jason. Let's keep this going. We are 19 likes away from 300, by the way. If you haven't used your like yet, hit that thing. We'll hit that like, and we'll keep things going. We are so close to 300. We got to get to 300. That's got to happen. We got to get to 300 before we get to the hour mark. Eddie Rosario. Eddie. Is Eddie Rosario going to get done before the deadline? Yes or no? I say no. This feels like a heavy no, but you guys, this is your player board today. Slade, I think Freddie's going back to Atlanta. Again, I put it, if I got to assign, if I got to give the 4 teams that are in the mix for Freddie Freeman, if I got 100%, I'm giving 50 to the Braves. I'm giving 5 to the Blue Jays. I'm giving 30 to the Dodgers, and I'm giving 15 to who's the other team? The Yankees. Eddie Rosario, getting done, yes or no? $137 votes in. Heavy leaning towards no. New sub, Mark Bentley, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation, Mark. And Sam Gustafson, thank you for subscribing. Wait a minute, I think we had a lag in subs because it's Mark, it's Sam, it's Iconic Cass, it's Dylan, it's Kyle, all within the last few seconds subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation to all of you. Thank you for subscribing. This is a community thing. This is a community-driven channel. You guys are Ballcap Nation, and this is kind of stuff we do. I like all of the interactive things where I can hear you guys out. It is leaning heavy toward. Wait a minute. Where did my screen just go? There it is. Heavy no on Eddie Rosario. We can end the poll now. There's no way the yeses can catch up. 185 votes in, and it is leaning heavy no on Eddie Rosario. So we put a no next to Rosario. Andrewton Simmons, where do you have, not where, but do you think Andrewton Simmons gets done? One of the less expensive shortstops that are going to be available. Does he get a deal done? Yes or no? Comment in the chat. Not comment in the chat. Vote in the poll. I tell you guys all the time, I will glitch. I am not perfect. Glitch, glitch, glitch. Guys, let me know if there's a lag going on. If there's an issue with the lag, I don't know how I think you can still hear me. Let me know if there is a lag issue or if it's just me late on the poll. I could just be lagging like in real life. Not lagging with the stream, but just lagging in general. Let me know if the stream's good though. Again, thank you for all the subs. What is lagging is all of the subs. Thank you guys coming in. Chucky, thank you for subscribing. Danny, thank you for subscribing. Robin, Paul, Raul. Thank you all for subscribing here, coming in the last few seconds. 157 votes in. I'm good, thank you. Andrewton Simmons, yes or no? I kind of wish this said yes, so we could get a heavy spam on where he could go. But we're gonna end the poll. Andrewton Simmons looking like a no to get his deal done before the deadline, and I think I agree with you guys on that. Now this next one's gonna be actually the next two I think are going to be a little bit more interesting. It could be Ian, that is for sure. I think I'm getting over it, though. Tomorrow's my 10th day since the symptoms came on. So, I'm feeling a little bit better every day, feeling a little more energy every day. So, we hopefully we're pushing through this thing. All right, next up, it's Chris Taylor. Does Chris Taylor get his deal done? Yes or no? The poll is up and go. Vote in the poll if you think Chris Taylor gets a deal done. If you think he does, we get to spam in the chat where you think he's going to go. If you don't think so, then we will move on to the next player. I don't know why I just recapped that. It's as if, like, nobody's paying attention or playing along. See, this is why, guys, these contracts, think about this, man. Yimi Garcia, it's official now. When did we hear about Yimi Garcia to the Blue Jays? How long ago was that? That's what I'm saying. These deals got to get done quick. If we got a midnight deadline, these deals got to get done quick. Thank you, King Snow. What you got? Am I behind the count? It's usually over before I finish the count. All right. I apologize on the countdowns and them being off. I don't know why that's doing that. There is always a issue. I'm going to see. I'm going to refresh. There's always an issue with the chat and the video. It drives me nuts. I'm refreshing my thing here, and hopefully we can get a better situation going there. We're going to call it for Chris Taylor. We are at 200 votes, and it is dominating. Thank you, King, for sending me that. It is dominating to a yes for Chris Taylor, so we get to put the yellow Y for Chris Taylor next to his name. So the question now is, where's he going to go? Are you ready? Spam like crazy. Where do you think Chris Taylor's going to go? If we have too many teams getting spammed, we will do a poll. But if there's an overwhelming majority on Chris Taylor, we'll just pick that team. So hit it hard, guys. Spam it out. Where do you think Chris Taylor's going to go? Last few days, there have been people with love for the Red Sox. Where do you think he's going to go? A lot of Blue Jays hype. Does he go back to the Dodgers? That could happen. I think the Rockies could be a real play if the Rockies, who checked in on Chris Bryant and are trying to maybe get Trevor Story back, if they miss out on those two, Chris Taylor could be a great option. I just feel like Chris Taylor's got a lot of teams in the mix, but maybe Toronto comes in and just knocks it out. Blows his socks off and they get a deal done. A lot of Cardinals. I'm surprised to see as much from the Cardinals here. Some Rangers. The Jays are definitely leading the charge here. A lot of Blue Jays hype. Blue Jays, Dodgers, Cardinals seem to be leading the way. Let's do a quick poll. Chris Taylor team. We're going to go Jays. We're going to go Dodgers. We're going to go Cardinals because we've seen a lot of Cardinals hype. It's those three main teams. Every now and then I'm seeing a random Astros or a random White Sox or a random Giants, but it's primarily those three teams. So we're going to put the poll is going to be those three: Jays, Dodgers, Cardinals. The poll is coming. This is how we're going to decide, where does Chris Taylor go? The White Sox get the deal done with Leury Garcia. That came in last night. Bob Nightingale tweeting about the pay for Garcia. You know, I talked about the White Sox, a second baseman, what they could do. We knew the White Sox were checking in on Marcus Semien before he went to the Rangers, before that happened. So White Sox, when we're talking about infielders, they might be done. Might be Garcia. Garcia could be the second baseman there. Forget Solano or Harrison or signing Story or signing any. I mean, that might be it. It might be Garcia. That could be their pick. Polls coming in. We're over 100 votes. The Dodgers and the Jays are almost tied. 45% Dodgers, 44% Jays. Keep the votes coming. It's leaning Dodgers right now. We're going to go for another 15 seconds on the poll so we can move on to Castellanos, because we still have to talk about trades, guys. We still have to talk about trades. Ian, I kind of agree with you. With the apparent mass exodus that is shaping up from the Dodgers. I just don't see a world where they lose everybody. They're not all going to go. We're going to go for about 10 more seconds. It is a 2% difference between the Dodgers and the Jays, a 3% difference between the Dodgers and the Jays. So I'm going to do the countdown. Hopefully the countdown isn't too jacked up and the poll disappears before I get to 0, because I know there is a little bit of a lag. But get your vote in now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll give it a couple seconds in case there's a lag. And we are going to... We're going to end it. Let's see where it came up. It was very close. Dodgers get them. 48% Dodgers, 42% Jays, 9% Cardinals. Caleb, I see you. You are definitely giving Jays the love. It goes to... Wait a minute. Almost grabbed the wrong team. Whoops. Dodgers is where it goes. Robin Taylor, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate your support. 93 World Series, saw Joe Carter hit the home run. You were at the game. I love it, Robin Taylor. That is awesome. That had to be an amazing experience, Robin. That 93 walk-off home run, that was amazing. It's okay if you want to abstain. If I didn't put one of the 3 teams up there, when we do that part, if you want to abstain, it's okay. But Robin, there you go. Good for you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. I was a little kid, and I was in my living room. I don't know why my parents had let me stay up that late to watch the game, but I remember watching that game as a little kid, and I remember that. That's one of my... It's crazy for one of my best sports moments to have happened that little. But you know, how many times does something like that happen, period, at all? Let's go. The last out in 92, Tara, I believe that was... That's right, he was at first base, right? The Otis Nixon bunt, and Carter was playing first base because they were in the National League. All right, let's go. Nick Castellanos is up next. Is Nick Castellanos going to sign before the deadline? Yes or no? The poll is up. Sorry, Natalie. I know. Let's see what we got. Yes to Castellanos or no? $12:09. One of the things we can start monitoring on Twitter at this point is, you know, I guess not at this point. It's only 10 minutes in. But soon we should start hearing from some of the guys, you know, the national guys. We know JP Morosi's down there. He did a live hitter from Arlington. They are meeting. The owners and the players are meeting now. I think we know Morosi's there. I don't know if Rosenthal's there. I don't think Heyman is there. Maybe he is. Nightingale is apparently there, just sitting outside the door, keeping tabs on how long they're in the room together. 162 votes in. It is slightly tipped towards no. So let's go for another 30 seconds or so, and let's see if it'll tip. It is very close right now. 51 no, 49 yes. This is close. We have the Dodgers logo next to Chris Taylor. I don't know. You might not be able to see it because it's blue and they got the blue background, but we got the Dodgers logo next to Chris Taylor. The yes or no, the wire end will be to the left. The logo will be to the right. A few more votes. We got 176 votes, 183 votes. It's still slightly towards a no. Let's get to 200 votes, and then we'll end the poll. 200 votes. So the next 11 votes will decide this thing. If it comes in heavy with a yes, it'll flip to yes. If the no's stay strong, then we will move on to Conforto. There it is. 200 votes are in. We are going to end the poll, and it is a... Whoops, I forgot to... Hold on. I'm not putting yes. I'm just getting another Y down here. It is a no for Castellanos. And I think I agree with that. I think I agree with you guys on that one. Midwest Sports. John Heyman said he's at a doctor appointment. Fairly certain he's not at Arlington. There you go. Midwest Sports, keeping tabs on John Heyman. Michael Conforto is next. Timothy, don't do it. All right. Let's go to Conforto. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go? Yes or no? Ballcat Nation. Let your voice be heard. Yes or no on Conforto. Yes or no? I will say and Shai Davidi just tweeted it, I think there's a misconception. Obviously, money is a part of the lockout. That is obvious. There's no doubt about that. All right, that is going to be a main part. But it feels like the running narrative by so many people is that it's only about money. And they don't understand why there's going to be a lockout with all of the money being spent. It's not all about money. You've got the qualifying offer stuff that the players want to get rid of. You've got arbitration that players want to shrink, I'm getting the two sides confused. You have more than just straight up money. You've got arbitration years. They want to shrink it. They want to change. There's a free agent date. There is realigning the leagues. There's qualifying offers. There's playoffs. There's so much more in this CBA than just money. So anybody that's out there, and I'm sorry I'm on a little side rant, it's not just, well, look how much money's being spent. The system's fine. Keep it going. It's not just that. This is an opportunity for the two sides to change things that maybe leads to a money discussion, but also is just a fundamental setup of the league. So people that are out there saying, look at all the money being spent. Why are they going to a lockout? There's a lot of elements to this. All right, let's go, and we're going to end the poll. We're got 178 votes in. I don't think there's enough votes to swing it. We have a no on Michael Conforto. No on Conforto. Let's move on to Nelson Cruz. Will he get done? Yes or no? We're going to leave Nelson Cruz up for about a minute. Leave him up. Everybody on the board at this point, we're going to leave up for about a minute because I want to speed things along and get to the trades. I want to get to some trade talk. So everybody's going to be up here for about a minute now. Tom, take some Tylenol, man. Heavy on the nose. All right, Nelson Cruz, there is no comeback from that. So we're going to go and move on from Nelson Cruz. Like I said, I want to move this along because I want to talk trades. So we go no on Cruz. How about Carlos Rodon? You guys vote. Yes or no? We're going to move. We're going to go into rapid speed round. Get the votes in quick. Get them in quick. Frank, good call. Cruz is definitely going to wait to see if the NL gets a DH because he'll have more suitors. He'll have more opportunities. Get a bigger contract. There we go. Bob hanging outside the door. The early morning side session with MLB and the union ends after 40 minutes as each side reconvenes before their major negotiating session. So Bob Nightingale is obviously on site. A little bit closer on this one. Looking like a yes, potentially, for Rodon. We'll give it a few more seconds, and then we'll get back to the spamming portion of the program. You guys can let me know who you think is going to get him. We see King, we see Frank, we see Carvelli with some Mets love. Early, quick, getting in on it early. All right, we're going to end the poll, and I'm going to give about 5 more seconds on the poll. But I don't think we'll see much of a change in the percentages. Let's end it. And let's wait for a second to see what the result is. A lot of Mets already right out of the gate. You guys are jumping on it quick. Do it. Do it up. Spam it up. Where's Carlos Rodon going to go? Dodgers, Angels, Mets, Rangers. Mets coming strong. Angels, Dodgers, and Mets are really strong right now. We're gonna do a quick poll because, again, unless it is heavy one-sided like it was for Freeman, we will have to do a quick poll with the teams that are being spammed the most. Mets, Angels, Dodgers are 3. We could add a 4th team probably. I see some Giants love. I see Cubs popping up every couple of seconds. That could be the same guy. Simply Fog, I see you with the Cubs. D-backs. Who's Joe Seeley? I don't know if I caught the name. It went quick. The Diamondbacks, that would be interesting. Mets, Dodgers, and Angels seem to be the most getting spammed. Every now and then I see like an Angels, or an Astros. Simply Fog is going hard representing his Cubs. Let's leave it at Mets, Dodgers, and Angels. If you want to abstain, if you don't want to vote because we didn't put your team in there, that's perfectly fine. But we're gonna go. And Tyler, I think you might be the only one with the Giants hype, but I appreciate you for doing that. Here we go. Mets, Angels, and Dodgers. We'll add the poll up. We'll leave it up for about 30 seconds. Let us know. Vote in the poll. Mets, Angels, or Dodgers. Good handful of people putting out Rangers, too. I see you. Brandon doing Rangers. Who else was doing some Rangers? Shub, if I got that right. I did see the Rangers. Brian L. with the Rangers, but there were not enough. There wasn't enough with the Rangers. These 3 dominated. So we'll give it a few more seconds. Look at the Mets fans. Mets, you were out quick with Rodon. I saw all the Mets early with Rodon, and it is Angels leading the way right now. You're Raven. I see you with the Rangers. I do think the Rangers make sense. I just want to acknowledge you guys. I do think the Rangers make sense. But again, Dweeby Clan, I see you. I just feel like there's just so many more. The Mets, Angels, and Dodgers just dominated the spam session there. Frank Rizzo, if you don't see the poll should be there. Let me see what it looks like on a phone. What are you guys watching? Listen, no, I don't want to confuse that. I'm not going to ask that question. I don't want to confuse things. I'm just going to pull this stream up on my phone and see what it looks like. Yo. Is it seriously not on the phone? If you're watching this on your phone, for real, you cannot vote. YouTube needs to get their ish together. Why is this? I'm frustrated. I apologize to everybody that is on a phone and cannot vote. This is garbage. You can vote if you're on a tablet. You can vote if you're on the computer. No poll on the phone, Josh Daniels. What the hell? Seriously, the YouTube experience is different if you're on a different if you're on a different device. It's ridiculous. Again, Owen, you do have the poll on your phone. Maybe it's because I just opened it up. Hold on. All right, we have the Angels in the lead running away with it. So I'm going to end it for Rodon, and I'm going to Midwest Sports. You're on the phone. You can vote. Maybe it's because I just hopped in. There may be a situation if you just hopped in the last minute after the poll started. Maybe it's not there. King, you're voting on the phone just fine. Okay. I have my phone up now with the stream, and I'm going to see what happens when I start the poll now that I'm already in. So we had the Angels. Louis D, if Cohen wants Rodon, he will not be outbid. Maybe that's the last big free agent that they can get financially anyway. So Rodon, we have Angels. Where's the Angels logo? There it is. Let's move the Angels up here for Rodon. And we get to the next name on the board. Clayton Kershaw is going up in the poll. Do you think Clayton Kershaw gets a deal done before or after the deadline? Can he get it done before the deadline? That's the poll. I see people with different having a different experiences on the phone. What do you see, Baseball Domain? What do we see? Oh, yeah, Mike. I did see that from Mike, too. Okay, there it is, King. I see it. I'm on my phone, and this is what's frustrating. It's not there, which stinks. I don't know why it's not there. What if I turn this thing sideways? Nope, not there. Yo. Anybody that is trying to vote, if your phone is not letting you do it, I apologize for that. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to YouTube. That's crap. Everybody that is getting it, I see some people sending me some screenshots of their phones and seeing the poll. That's good. I don't understand why. Like, for me right now, I'm trying to pull up the poll on my phone to vote, and it's not letting me. Maybe it's because I also have the stream open on a web browser on my computer so that I can put up the poll. But AirPlay has a lag also. Yeah, I know that there's a little bit of a lag. I am trying to slow it down a little bit, at least slow down my real-time talking about the poll and when I'm ending it, so that you guys, have a little bit more time to try to get the vote in before it's gone. We are going to talk Kikuchi in a minute. We're going to have him as an option. This is leaning no, a lot leaning no. So we are going to end the poll in a second here. It is looking like it is going to be a no for Clayton Kershaw. So we go with the red no for Kershaw. No deal before the deadline for Kershaw. 61% saying no, 38% saying yes. Let's get the next player up in the poll, Marcus Stroman. Have to have it. Luis, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for calling that out to everybody. You have to have this on live chat instead of top chat. Okay, that's interesting. Let's put the poll up for Marcus Stroman. Luis getting it. Thank you for that, Luis. So this is what you got to do. If you're on your phone, there is, to the right, You've got the X to where you can X out and you can look at the description. You can like, you can dislike, you can share, you can do all that stuff. All right, next to that X to the left, you've got the little bars, and you can change it to top chat and you can change it to live chat. So that's how you can make that change. Live chat means all messages are visible. That's what you do. Marcus Stroman leading towards yes to getting a deal done. 56% saying yes. 55% saying yes. Getting a little bit closer. Think we're going to have another spam session the way this is going. Going to let this go for about 10 more seconds, and then we will move on. There have been no signings today, Ian. Watching it, there have been no signings. You've got some people saying, Buster Olney saying, I think it was Buster, that there's a chance that trades are more likely to happen at this point than the big free agent signings, which is why we're going to talk about trades after Stroman and Kikuchi and Janssen. We're going to talk about trades because, in his opinion, the trades are a little bit easier to get done than the free agent signings at this point. Because at that point, it's not a player talking to 5 other teams. It's just 2 GMs talking to each other. All right, we're going to end the poll. It is a yes for Marcus Stroman. You guys don't even need to wait for me to say it. You know what to do. Spam where you think Stroman is going to go. And we will, if it's overwhelming in one way, we'll just put the logo. Or if it's 2 or 3, 4 teams dominating, we'll create a quick 30-second poll. Cardinals, Giants, Mets, Angels. The problem with Marcus Stroman is that he really hasn't been linked like a lot of these other players have. That's the problem with Marcus Stroman. Giants, Tyler. That's the problem with Stroman. Reds. I see you, Emmanuel. All right, we're going to do a poll. Stroman team. Let's go this way. Let's go. Giants are in the mix on the Final Four poll. The Cardinals are in the mix on the Final Four poll. Angels in the mix in the Final Four poll. Orioles. Ian picking up on my joke from yesterday that we're just gonna fake out Orioles for everybody. I do see a lot of Cubs. I don't know. Is that just simply Fog going crazy again? Midwest Sports with Cubs. Trevor with Cubs. We got Angels. We got Cardinals. We got Giants. We'll put the Cubs in there. All right, Final Four. Poll is coming now. Or if you're lagging, it'll be there in a second. Thank you for subscribing. Mark, welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing. If you are just finding the channel for the first time, listen, it's a little slow today, all right? I'm not going to lie. It's a little slow today, so this is an interactive portion of the program. We're waiting for news to break. If news breaks, just wait for the energy. The energy will knock you on the floor, will knock you out of your chair if a deal breaks. Right now, we're playing the player board game. You guys have the choice on what's going on. Usually, I'm in control of the player board. It's my predictions with you guys in the chat with your choices. Today, I'm letting you guys make all the choices for the player board. This is an interactive community. This is not just me talking. It is Ballcap Nation, and it is me. But you guys, this is a 50-50 thing. This channel doesn't exist without you guys. Let's update the poll. See where we're at. Wait a minute. That's not it. That's not the poll. Where'd the poll go? Here it is. Angels are leading the way. We got about 150 votes in. The Angels lead the way. I don't think anybody can catch the Angels at this point. Angel fans coming in strong. Angels in this scenario, Angels landing both Rodon and Stroman. We're going to end the poll. We're getting close. We're going to end the poll in about 10 seconds. Bicky, you voted Angels. We got about 200 votes in and 51% voting Angels. So we are leaning Angels here. All right, I'm going to end the poll in 5 seconds. Do a countdown in your own mind. Because if I do the countdown, there's going to be a lag. You're seeing it before I mention it. It's incredible. There we go. Oh, you know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what's going on, guys. It's because what's happening is I've got two chats open. So there's the chat on YouTube, because I have the stream open on YouTube, and that's what I'm actually reading. And then there's the chat on my Streamlabs, which I'm actually pushing this thing out through. So because of that, because if I want to put the poll up, I'm using the YouTube stream to do it. So that's why there's the lag, because I'm watching the chat that's popping up on YouTube and not the chat that's popping up on my Streamlabs. So that's why there's a lag. Maybe I get that right. Anyway, we have Stroman getting that done. Stroman going to the Angels. So let's put the Angels up there. Go Angels. 2 pitchers for the Angels. The next up, it is going to be Kikuchi. Yes or no to Kikuchi? Guys, also, we are 35 likes away from 400. Can you believe it? It's creeping up there quickly. We get 35 likes away from 400. If you haven't used your like yet, smash that like button. Let's get us up to 400. We're about an hour and a half in. 400 would be a great number. You know me, I like these big numbers. Got to go. See you. Take it easy, Ian. What is going to happen with Kikuchi? Will there be a deal? Yes or no? Closing in on 100 votes. I'm actually surprised there are not more yeses. But listen, it's what you guys feel. We'll go for another 10 seconds or so. It's going heavier and heavier towards a no. After Kikuchi, we will have just Kenley Janssen left. And then we will be sliding and talking trades. 10 likes away from 400. 9 likes away from 400. All right. We are going to, well, hold on. Before we do anything, Robert, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation, Robert. WG, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. You subscribed a couple minutes ago. I missed that. Thank you for subscribing to W. And thank you to Robert for subscribing here in the last just couple of seconds. 1 like away from 400. Who wants it? Who wants to be number 400? And we're already over 400. 404. Thank you, guys. All right, we are going to end the poll. It is going to be a no for Kikuchi. In the end, Kikuchi gets the no. So let's do that. And then we move on to Kenley Janssen. Last player on the free agent board, and then we're going to talk trades. Does Kenley Janssen get a deal done before the deadline tonight? Kenley Janssen, yes or no? 418, 419. Who wants to be number 420? Who wants to be number 420? Out of the gate, no's for Kenley Janssen. Listen, I'm with you guys. The majority of these guys are not going to get done. There just isn't enough time. They're not close enough to the finish line. We are now less than 12 hours away from a deadline that could lock them all out. So it's going to be tough. Over 100 votes. It is 60% no. Natalie, thank you for liking. 424. We jumped right past. Who was number 420? If you were number 420, holler out. Give yourself some props in the chat for being number 420. Phillies could definitely use him. I see Natalie. I see Frank talking about Phillies and Janssen. Definitely could be a fit there. It is about 20% in favor for the no's over the yeses. So I think we're going to end the poll because there's just not going to be a chance for Kenley Janssen to come back and get a yes in that scenario. So with Kenley Janssen, we say no to Kenley Janssen. So Kenley Janssen is a no. That's the situation. Natalie, you were 14. So close. So close. You were almost there. Satchel, was it you? Thank you for being number 37. Check out. Shout out. What was your like number? When you hit the like, what was your like number? What was your number? Give me your like number. When you hit like, what like number were you? Going to come back here real quick. Frank was 355. Sir Crusader was 353. Almost feel like Squid Game with all the numbers. Tyler was 66. Fortnite was 421. Trevor 71. Luke is 427. Jesus 373. Dale number 4. Dale. Props. Satchel 420. Satchel's holding on to that 420. PJ 27. Vinny 430. Are we at 434? We are at 437 right on. Let's see. Maggie was 18. Youngster, you were 2 or 3 or something? Right on. Kyle, were you number 1? Were you really number 1? Don't lie. If you were number 1, respect. Bryant 54, Spawn 64, Rodrigo 421, Tara 2 something, Tyler 66, Fog 120, Robert don't know, Steven 413, West 331, Satchel 420, Natalie was your 69, Tara 22 something, Sean 36, Miguel 423, Anthony 45, King 14, William 219, SHF 320, AJ PS 1267. Let's see, Chenko 37, Jonathan 437, Rodrigo 421, Ken 423, Jose 12, Terra 440. We have 444. Look at that. Brooks family 400, Andrew 437, Terrell 323. Yeah, jump to 443, 445. Quick jump. Tyler, you're 444. Satchel 420. All right. And again, the socials are up. I will remind everybody, if you follow me while we're live, I will follow you back. The reason I do that, a couple reasons. You support me, I'll support you. Who doesn't like a follower on Twitter? So you support me, I support you. So I will follow you back. And I put it up there too, because if you see something, I need you to tweet it at me. Whether we're live, because I've got my phone right here. Tweet it at me if you see something from one of your local, sports guys or sports gals that are reporting the news, because I've got a lot of them, but I know I don't have everybody. So you guys might see something. I need you to tweet it at me if you see something. The way I put it is, if you see something, say something. Leopoldo 64, David 320, Sergio 445, Lurgan 447. Chanko, you give up 445. Wait, you were an earlier number, weren't you? I don't know. Hulk TV, welcome to Ballcap Nation. Thank you for subscribing. I think I agree with you. Braves can't repeat without Freeman. They need Freeman. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're just finding the channel for the first time. Just come on in. The water's fine. Ballcap Nation is where you want to be. I see you guys following me. I'll follow you back. Like I said, you support me, I will support you. Let's see. We are going to talk trades because Buster Olney, one of his tweets this morning, he talked about how at this point trades are a little bit more easier to get done with the deadline losing. AZN, well, I lost it. AZN Pikachu 215, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. So nobody big has signed today. In this day, nothing has signed. Late last night, almost today, Rizzo Iglesias, his deal got done, but nothing has happened today. We're watching to see if anything happens. If anything happens, hold on tight because I will basically jump through the screen because it's going to be a big move if we see something big. So a big move if we see something big. Glitch. So we're going to wait and see. So now I have said, I maintain, and I will stick to this. I think it is the big trades are going to be harder to swing because you're the Yankees, you're the Dodgers, you're whoever, and you're trying to get a first base lefty bat. Yes, you can go trade for Matt Olson, but you could also try to get Freddie Freeman or Anthony Rizzo. So I think it's hard to justify giving up a big prospect load if you could get Freddie Freeman, and it's just the money that you're out. It's not the money and the prospects. So that's why I think the big ones are going to be harder to do, but some of the lower level trades are much more likely. But you guys are going to get a chance to voice your opinion in a minute. Did Paxton, was it technically today? You're right. Paxton to the Red Sox, which is a nice deal. Win-win for both sides. Michael, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation, Michael. Matt Olson to where? It's probably a list of 10 teams that could try to make a run for Matt Olson. Chris, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Chris, why is there a CBA lockup? Because it is going to expire. And if they don't have an agreement, now listen, in the past, they have actually conducted business, worked out deals without an agreement. But that goes back to the 90s. That was over 20 years ago that was going on. And that was when they were having all sorts of labor trouble back in the mid-90s. They did have at least one offseason where they conducted business, signings, and things like that without a CBA in place. They don't want to do that again. This lockout is actually just a negotiation tactic by the owners to try to get a deal done. That's what it is at the end of the day. So again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate everybody that is here. One thing I want to do, if you support me, I would love for you to support if you support me, I would love for you to support my sponsor, and that is FanDuel. FanDuel is a sponsor here on Ballcap Sports, a sponsor of me, a sponsor for Ballcap Nation. I want to invite you to sign up. If you have not signed up, Tim, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation, Tim. If you have not signed up for FanDuel, if you haven't given it a try yet, there is an offer if you want to give it a shot. Join in the link in the description below. Join for a 20% match. FanDuel will match 20% up to $500 of your first deposit with FanDuel to start playing daily fantasy. I like daily fantasy, especially at this point of the year, because all of my season-long fantasy teams are trash. I drafted Christian McCaffrey. I did an auction draft. I spent the most money on Christian McCaffrey. That has blown up in my face. And I had the number one pick in a snake draft. And Christian McCaffrey has either been hurt or just hasn't performed. So I'm done. So daily fantasy I like because I can still have a chance to win money. If I was in a shot to win money, if I'm at the top of my standings for for the NFL, fantasy football. I still got to wait. I got to get through the playoffs, but you can win money right away. You can get it right away. I like that. You're not stuck with the crummy players that are just letting you down, depressing you every Tuesday when you check the waiver wire and you're trying to fix your crummy team. So FanDuel is good for that. Click the link below. You can sign up today. Start playing daily fantasy. If you enter a contest, here is where we're going to try to do something cool for you guys. If you sign up and you enter a contest, so if you sign up and enter, minimum of a $5 deposit or $5 entry, you take a screenshot of that entry. Not the entry, but your confirmation that you've signed up, and we're going to do a jersey giveaway. We got to get at least 5 new signups. We get at least 5 new signups, we will do a replica jersey giveaway valued at like $130, $140, something like that. You'll pick the jersey. So if you sign up, do a $5 contest, you can win a jersey. You just got to send me a screenshot. You can either send it to me on Twitter. You can email it to me. My email is available in the About page of the on YouTube. So send it to me somehow. Get it to me if you do sign up and you have the confirmation, and you could be entered to win the replica jersey valued at like $140 or something like that. We'll do a jersey giveaway. So that is everything that is going on with FanDuel and Daily. Let's get back and talk about trades. Let's talk about some trades. We're going to do this one quick. Free agent board, we spent some time with. The trade board, I think we want to move a little bit quicker with. I do want to follow some people back because I see you guys following me on Twitter, and I will follow you back. What is this? What is happening with my Twitter? It is not working. Now it is working. Thank you guys. Weston, Kalamazoo, David, Jesus. Follow you guys back. Followed a bunch of you guys back already. So, all right. Josh, if Freddie leaves, it's New York, LA, or Boston. I don't think it'd be Boston, but New York or LA for sure. Mr. Toxic, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Mike, if I missed you, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. So let's talk trades for a minute. My Twitter, Bruce, is right there, at Jim Riley Live. It is right. What hand is this? There. Matt Chapman to the Mets. They got to move. They got to make some. They could do that, but they got to move some money out of the way. Would the A's take on McNeil? I don't know. The Mets don't seem to want to trade any of their prospects, and they're going to have to trade prospects for Matt Chapman. That's the only thing. That's the only thing about that. Add Brian Reynolds to the trade board. That's probably a good idea. Let's see. Where's the trade board? Let's get the trade board up, guys. We're going to talk trades. We're going to try to do this one in about 10. We're going to try to do the trade board in about 10 minutes. So let's get the screen back up, and let's talk some trades. Let's move to the trade board. Good call on Brian Reynolds. Let's move. William Gordon Humphrey, thank you for the super chat. Twins down by 10, pick up half Donaldson contract. Let's hold third base for now and use the funds. That's way to go. Go Jays. I love that idea, William. I absolutely love it. Let's get some hype in the chat for William for his super chat, his donation, $10. I appreciate you, William. Thank you. Yes, if the Twins are down, I do believe that they will enter into a situation where they start trying to shed some contracts, get some money off the books, and they could trade Donaldson, no doubt about it. And if they eat some of that money, more teams will get involved. And the Blue Jays, if the Blue Jays do not get a third baseman this offseason, will be a great fit. That'd be a great fit. Rodrigo, I think Biggio is going to play second. Hulk TV, Olson to the Yankees, Voit to the A's. Not a bad play, not a bad trade right there. So let's see this. We're talking about adding Reynolds to the trade slide. I am going to take the least likely player to get traded off the board, and I think that is Ketel Marte. I think you guys would have voted no on that anyway, and we'll add Brian Reynolds to the bottom here. I think you guys are going to vote no to Ketel Marte anyway. You are all realistic people. I think you would have done that. I see some follows coming in. I'll follow real quick back. Video Game Nation, do I think Boston makes a trade? If they do, it's going to be after this deadline. John and Richard and Eddie and Carson and Van and Trevor. Thank you guys. I'll follow you back real quick. Cedric Mullins is on the Yankees. Cedric Mullins should be on anybody's radar if the Orioles are dangling him. Could you imagine that? A pre-arbitration player maybe getting traded. Bruce, what can the Dodgers do since they lost Max and Seeger? I think they got to bring back. They got to try their best to bring back Taylor and Janssen. They've got to, right? You got to get those two back, and I also think they could still make a move via free agency. But they are one of the teams that I think they are not going to go into an overpay situation with this deadline, like the Rangers are doing, like the Angels are going to be doing. I think the Angels you could argue they overpaid for Syndergaard and Aaron Loop. You could make that argument, and I respect that argument. So. But the Dodgers are not going to do that. That's why the Yankees aren't making moves. That's why the Phillies aren't making moves. That's why the Dodgers, they're not going to overpay. Just because there's a deadline, they're not going to overpay. All right, let's talk trades for a minute. So Matt Olson is maybe the big name out there. He's the guy that everybody wants, okay? Does he come off the board is the question. Is Matt Olson traded? Yes or no? The poll is coming. You guys let me know. We're going to do these quick. Once it looks like it is decided, we're going to end the poll. I'll give you guys a second to vote on Matt Olson. Is Matt Olson traded before the deadline? It is a yes or no on Matt Olson getting traded. What do you think? The latest we've heard, again, Buster Olney saying that trades are more likely to happen today than any of the big free agent signings just because with the free agent signings, you got a situation where you got 5 teams involved. If it is a trade, it is just 2 GMs talking. MLB trade rumors tweeting out that the Braves have checked in as a potential backup if Freddie Freeman goes away. The Rangers are a potential fit there. So it's just, does Matt Olson get traded? That is the question to you guys. A lot of votes coming in for a yes that he will get traded. A lot of votes for yes. Sandy City, you've got it after the deadline. Yeah, that's what you know. I'm going to change it. This is not necessarily, and I'm sorry. Moving forward. The question is, are they going to get traded? Do they get traded, period? Doesn't have to necessarily be before the deadline. Are they going to get traded? You guys are going yes heavy on the yes, so we're gonna end this in just a second, and then we are going. It's already ended, and we're gonna say yes for Matt Olson, and I want to give you guys a chance to let me know where's it going. Where is Matt Olson going to go? We got a few of you sharing tweets with me. I know the 2 different baseballs I talked about last night. It's wrong. It's bad. I don't like it at all. It angered me yesterday. It angered me. Where do you think Matt Olson is going to go? Spam it in the chat. Where do you think Olson is going to go? I have a feeling this might be a one-sided. I like the idea for Brewers, but where's he going to go? Heavy Yankees. I see some Braves love. I see some Brewers love. And I think Brewers are a great fit, but it is heavy Yankees. Brooks family with the Phillies. It's heavy Yankees. It's just, it's so heavy with Yankees, guys. I see a little bit of Rangers. I see a little bit of Dodgers. I see a little bit of Brewers, but it is heavy Yankees. So I don't think we need to go to the poll to try to decide it out of 2 or 3 teams. The pick, you guys pick Yankees if Matt Olson gets traded is the destination. Listen, we'll dive into that when we get to a point where it looks like there's going to be a Matt Olson trade when we get close to it. So we're going to lean Yankees, and we're going to move on to Matt Chapman. Is Matt Chapman traded? Yes or no? Doesn't have to be before the deadline. Does not have to be before the deadline. It could be before the season. Is this player traded before next season starts? That's the question. Traded before next season. Before the season starts. I think we're going to be in agreement on Matt Chapman. Early votes coming in. It's lopsided towards yes for Chapman. We'll see if the next batch of votes that show up give us a no. It is leaning heavy towards yes. I'm going to give it a few more seconds for anybody that wants to vote, but we're going to do Chapman. Give it about 5 more seconds. Yeah, it's a yes. So you guys are voting yes on Matt Chapman getting traded. Again, this is not before the deadline. This is before next season. We're talking about trades because Buster Olney is saying that trades are easier to happen today than some of these free agent deals. So spam in the chat. Where do you think Matt Olson's going? Where do you have Matt Olson going is the next question. This, I feel, is going to be a little bit more split. So we probably will have to do the poll to decide it on who the finalists are for Matt Chapman. Anybody on the A's gets traded? I don't think they all will. We got the A's are starting us off, right? Olson, Chapman, Manaea, Montas, Bassett all start us off. I can't see them all getting traded. Let's see here. We got Rangers, we got Jays, we got Giants, we got Dodgers, we got Mariners, we got Mets. We got a lot of teams. Jays, if they don't get Bryant. That is the piece to this. And think about that when you're doing that. Matt Chapman, some of these trades are if something else doesn't happen. All right, we're going to create a Chapman team. Where are we going to go? We have a lot of Mets. We have a lot of Giants. We'll do a Final Four poll. We'll leave that up. A quick poll. Mets, Giants. 0989 Brewers wouldn't make sense. Trevor with the Phillies. Anybody else think the Phillies? Mets, Giants. We'll add Jays in. I know a lot of you are voting Jays if they don't get Bryant, and I agree with that. And I've seen a lot of Brewers. So the Final Four, if what the team that you're spamming is not in the Final Four, take it easy, King. Have a good one, buddy. Then just don't vote. You can choose not to vote. But we'll make this the Final Four. Mets, Giants, Jays, and Brewers, the Final Four. Wow, look at that. We have 56 votes in, and it's a 30-30-30 between Mets, Giants, and Jays. Get a few more votes in, and we will pick one. Yankees interested in Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Andrewton Simmons is just put out by MLB Trade Rumors. I think the Rangers need Kiner-Falefa. Listen, you can't go get Simeon and Seeger and then trade away the pieces that you do have. They need Kiner-Falefa. Jays slightly ahead of the Mets. We're going to leave it up for about 5 more seconds. Brewers trailing behind. Guys, hit that like. We are at 480. We are 20 likes away from 500. If you haven't used your like yet, 20 likes away from 500. I'm going to do a countdown from 5, and we're going to close the poll. It is leaning towards Jays. 5, 4, 3, 2, We're going to end the poll here right around now. Jays with the lead. All right, let's keep it moving. Is Manaea traded? Poll is up. Yeah, I don't understand the Falefa rumors. That makes that is little to no sense. He used to be a catcher. Maybe they're thinking he'll be a catcher. Maybe they'll move him back behind the dish. Yeah, this is interesting. I am analyzing the lag situation here because I do know that the poll is showing up on my time. This is what's happening, guys. Blue Jays today. Welcome in. Go Jays, go. Blue Jays today in the house. Thank you guys for hopping in. Glad to see you guys in the chat. Hype for Blue Jays today. Those boys do a great job on YouTube. Some of the best Blue Jays content you will see out there. So any Jays fan, if you haven't discovered Blue Jays today, make sure you do yourself a favor and check them out. Blue Jays today. What's up, boys? I've been meaning to do this. Mod. All right. We got a yes. I think are we going to get a yes for everybody? Again, the lag, I don't know if I can do anything about the lag because, again, the what's happening on the screen, on the screen is just it's almost impossible to try to get it on get it together at the same time. We have Manaea for a yes, 69% saying yes, 30% saying no. So Manaea is a yes. I encourage you all to spam in the chat. Where do you think Sean Manaea is going to go? Spam it hard real quick. Let's get a top 4 for Sean Manaea. Or if it's heavy one-sided, we'll just pick. We'll go from that. .508 on the like count, everybody. Thank you guys for hitting the like. Thank you for smashing that like. Thank you guys. Thank you, Blue Jays, today. I enjoy doing this. I think it's fun. The only problem is there's a lag because I'm creating polls. The way it works is the polls are coming out at a different speed at which the video is reflecting it. That's the only problem with this. That's the only trouble. And I don't know if there's a way to fix that other than there is literally no, I don't think there's a way to fix that, unfortunately. So we'll just have to all kind of get through it together. I'm trying to refresh so that I have the chat and the actual stream as close to on time as each other. Man, there are so many teams for Manaea. Let's do this. Final 4. Red Sox, Yankees, Giants, Padres. The poll is coming for Manaea. I mean, real question. Should we just put a yes all the way down the board? I got to think eventually you guys are going to say no about one of these. Red Sox, Yankees, Giants, Padres. Red Sox in the lead. Again, I think you guys are going to... That's already, I'm going to say that, and it's going to be, you're already going to know that. There's a lag. All right. It's close. Couple more seconds for the Mania team. Where do you think Sean Mania goes? Looks like it's leaning Red Sox. It's really close. Red Sox, Yankees, Giants, and Padres. Really close. Yeah, youngster, I think you're probably right. It is looking like the Red Sox are pulling out ahead. We are going to assign Mania to the Red Sox. Let's keep it going. Montas. Tyler. Who knows? Orioles are talking about trading John Means, which is insane. Orioles have John Means and Cedric Mullins. The Orioles have absolutely no plans on competing anytime soon. Does Montas get moved? Early out of the gate, the No's are ahead. No's ahead big time. Get to about 100 votes, and then we will call it on Montas. I think that's going to be our number. We're going to get to 100 votes. When we get to 100 votes or 1 minute, we'll pull the plug so we can move it along quick. Leaning towards no. We got 12 more votes to go. I don't think the yeses can catch up. Even if you vote yes, I don't think you can catch up at this point. All right, we are going to end the poll. Jason, I don't know if it's going to go down Freeman to the Dodgers. I think it leans closer. We're going to say no on Montas. Let's move on to Chris Bassett. I think it's still more likely that Freeman ends up back with Atlanta. Chris Bassett, it is coming up, or it might already be there. The poll is here. I wonder when is YouTube eventually just going to crash and not let me post the poll anymore. The Montas salary for 2022. Let me look that up real quick. Well, you guys vote to see if we get a Bassett trade. Frankie Montas is still in his arbitration years. $5 million is the projection. It's close on Bassett. Very close on Bassett. Depending on the lag, the No's have taken the lead. Again, give me your takes on the trades too. Vote in the poll and give me your take. I see you guys, Brooks family, Bassett, will go because people want him. Frank Bassett, not as much value because he's 32. Ranger fan, Bassett not going anywhere. Vote and give me your take. Give me your take on it. We're going to go with Chris Bassett. We're going to go with a no on Chris Bassett. The yes votes were out there early, but the no votes came in strong the second half. So we end up going no on Chris Bassett. Bryson, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your support. I appreciate that, man. Let me get you a read here. Rangers interested in Sonny Gray and Luis Castillo. I do think I saw that somewhere. I do believe I saw that too. So we're straight with that. I do believe I saw that too. Let's go Wilson Contreras. Is he going to get traded? That's the next question. Will he get traded? This does not have to be traded by the deadline. This is just traded by next season. Again, Bryson, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Wilson Contreras, will he be dealt? We hang out, we wait, we wonder, is there any news that's going to break, any deals, any trades, anything that's going to happen while we are on stream? We hang out here with our countdown to the deadline that nobody wants to hear about. Phil, I think it's a very good chance that you could see Castillo and Suarez in the same trade. Might be more likely to get Gray and Suarez in a trade. I don't know. Castillo, they want so much for Castillo. Maybe a team says, we'll give you that, but you got to throw in Suarez, and maybe the Reds would be okay dumping him. We are going to go with a yes on the poll for Wilson Contreras. We'll get the final results here in a minute. Or in a second, it will be up, but we do have a yes for Contreras. The man yesterday, after the Yan Gomes signing, posts the emojis of the airplane taking off and landing. So he thinks he's getting traded. Where do you think he's going to get traded? So spam in the chat where you think Wilson Contreras is going to be traded. I think Yankees and Giants, the two make perfect sense. One of those two, totally. A lot of Yankees, a lot of Giants. Might come down to those two. Cameron, you got to tweet it at me, my man. If that is for real, if you see that from somewhere, you got to tweet it at me. It's a lot of Giants and it's a lot of Yankees, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick poll between those two. Giants and Yankees. You guys, it's going to come down to those two teams. I'm getting the poll ready. You might already have seen it by now, but here we go. Video Game Nation, I see you tweeting at me. Bassett to the Rays, yes or no? I got to look at Chris Bassett's contract. Some contracts I have memorized. His I don't. Giants leading the way. Bassett's still in his arbitration years. So they might, they could do that. Leaning Giants. Max Scherzer, who's at the union meetings, having his Zoom call, saying the lockout seems like a very likely scenario coming from Max Scherzer. All right, we're going to end the poll. We got 100 votes in, over 100 votes, and it is leaning. I'm surprised. I think it might just be the number of fans in here. We are going to go Giants for Wilson Contreras. Next up, it is going to be Luis Castillo. I don't know, man. I don't know about Luis Castillo. I'll be honest with you. Phil, cast it on the big screen TV with interaction through my phone. That's cool. Cool, man. I don't know if Luis Castillo gets traded. I'll be honest with you because I think the Reds are going to ask for too much for a guy who led the league in walks, for a guy who, really struggled last year. It was bad last year for Luis Castillo. And, I mean, I don't want him. I'll put it that way. I wouldn't want Luis Castillo on my team after what he did last year. It was bad last year. So far, leaning yes, but getting a little bit closer to no. With what the Reds say they want for a player like that coming off that year, who wants to give up the prospects for that? I don't know. Want to remind everybody, if you're just finding the channel, hanging out, make sure to subscribe, stay close to the channel, hit the alerts. If you are a subscriber and if you haven't hit the alerts yet, make sure to hit the alert so you know when we're going live. We have generally a schedule worked out where we go live around 11 o'clock every day. And then we just go. We're at 2 hours and 16 minutes right now. We're just going. But we will pop up live if big things happen. Slightly leaning yes for Luis Castillo. Let's see if it gets a little bit closer. Gary Hull, Castillo's the next Robbie Ray. If he goes to Toronto, maybe. I think we need to get Pete Walker in the same room with Luis Castillo to figure things out. Whatever he's got wrong. Gonna let a few more votes come in. It is close. It is too close to call, if you will. At this point, when I'm seeing it, it is 52-48. Luis Castillo getting traded. I'm going to give it another few seconds. So if you haven't voted, get your vote in. Reading some tweets right now. Passing, retweeting. June Lee, Max Scherzer, who's heavily involved in the negotiations, hearing the tone of the negotiations, the lockout seems like it's a very likely scenario. That's everybody is tweeting that. Andy Martino, Bob Nightingale, Jeff Passan retweeting it. We are going to go with the yes for Luis Castillo. So the next part of the program is for you to spam where you think Luis Castillo is going to be traded. Part 2. Spam where you think Castillo is going to be traded, and we will find a team. Dodgers are interesting. Cameron Moore, but the walks, man. He led the league in walks. I don't like that. I understand he didn't have the run support. He had a terrible record, but he walked everybody. It was terrible. Red Sox Warrior, good to see you, man. Welcome in. Yeah, I think it is more likely if you're going between Yankees or Red Sox, who might get Matt Olson. It just seemed like it could be the Yankees, but the Red Sox have the pieces to do it too. Both teams have the pieces to do it. A lot of Angels hype for Castillo, and I know that they have been linked. It's sort of Angels, Rangers, and Dodgers. That's going to be the final 3. We're going to get that ready. Or it might already be up, depending on the lag. We're going to do 3. We're going to do Angels, Dodgers. Again, might already be up, depending on the lag. I do apologize for any lags. Angels, Dodgers, or what was the other team? Rangers. I do see some people pushing Jays. I'm going to go with these three. Let's go. Wait, no. Sorry, guys. There we go. Yeah, I know, 10 minutes. We're halfway through. I remember that. But at the same time, listen, what else at this point, right now, other than the Max Scherzer Zoom call, what else is there to do? Angels leading the way right out of the gate. We'll give it a second to see if the Dodgers or the Rangers make a comeback. Robert, where are the Mets fans? Mets fans maybe don't want him. Mets fans are watching the Scherzer press conference right now. That's what's happening. Angels leading the way. We're going to call it for the Angels. I do want to pick up, I am going to try to pick up the pace a little bit. Let's go Sonny Gray. Is Sonny Gray traded? And where do you think he's going to go? We do need some news, Tyler. I'm with you, man. I would love something to break. Heavy yes for Sonny Gray. We'll give it a couple more seconds to see if that swings at all. Video Game Nation, thank you for tweeting at me. Yep, James Paxton to the Red Sox. Good deal. Good deal for both sides. So we're going to call it on Sonny Gray. We're going to give a yes to Sonny Gray. Here's the deal, guys. Basically, the way this is ordered is the players on the left are more likely to be traded than the players on the right, in my opinion. So I think the right side is going to go a lot quicker. So spam out for Sonny Gray. Where's he going? Spam out for Sonny Gray. Where do you have him going? Red Sox Warrior coming strong right off the bat with Mets. Mets, Rangers, Angels. Mets, Rangers. A lot of Rangers. A lot of Rangers. Couple Angels. I see a few other teams starting to pop up. It is just early on we had a lot. The Rangers came out strong. Here comes the rest. Let me see. I'm watching you guys. Tyler, you're making me laugh. All right, I'm going to leave it Mets and Rangers. I see some Jays. I see some White Sox. I see Tyler with the Orioles. I'm going to leave it Mets and Rangers. Poll's coming. Might already be up. In fact, I think it will be. It will already be up. By the time I'm saying this, the poll will already be up. If I think I've got the lag figured out. I'm going to refresh again, trying to get as tight as I can so that the poll and the words that I'm saying. Bryce, right on. I've said it before. I will say it again. If the team that you were spamming is not on the poll, it is okay for you to abstain, for you to not vote. It's all good. I wouldn't. If I was watching the stream and my pick wasn't there, I wouldn't vote. Does feel like the Rangers need some more pitching. John Gray and the rest of that young pitching crew isn't going to be enough if they really want to make a serious run. Let's go Rangers. I don't think the Mets can catch up, so we're going to go Rangers. Where's my Rangers logo? There we go. Let's move on to Tyler Mahle. Is he going to get traded? This is the third Red pitcher that has been mentioned as a potential trade piece. Will he actually get traded? That's the next question. Sonny's ERA is not so hot. You are correct. Pretty even early. It's close. The next 40 votes or so are going to decide it. It is close after the first 40. Leaning towards no. We'll let a couple more votes come in. It's getting closer. Is there enough time for the yeses to come in and switch it, or do we hold with no? Ballcap Nation, what do you say? All right, we're going to go with no. No on Mahle getting traded. I think we can all agree on the next player. What we might not be able to agree upon is where. But I think this should be a heavy one. The word is when Craig Kimbrell was re-signed, it was only to when the White Sox picked up his option, it was only to trade him. So that's the word on Craig Kimbrell. So I think it is very likely that he gets traded, just probably not before the deadline. What are the chances Rosario stays with Atlanta, David? I think it's less and less likely, especially after the news with the Zuna. All right, we don't need to keep this. We don't need to drag this out. It is a yes for Craig Kimbrell. Let's go. Spam where you think he's going to go. Red Sox Warrior, you want him back. Red Sox, Giants, Phillies, Padres. That's an interesting. Kyle, I could see that. Padres need a closer right now. A lot of Phillies. All right, we're going to do Phillies, Red Sox, Giants, and Padres as the final four. I don't think the Braves are going to do it. I see some people spamming Braves. Tyler, I see you with the Braves. I don't know. I think they got Will Smith one more year. And Kimbrell did not do well in the setup role, so if you get Kimbrell, he's got to be your closer. So we'll go final four with the Red Sox, the Phillies, the Giants, and the Padres as the final four. And again, if who you spammed is not in the final four, don't vote. It's all good. Like I said, I wouldn't vote. Quick out of the gate, the Phillies are ahead. Deadline cast member adventures is midnight Eastern. Midnight Eastern. All right, I don't think we need to extend the suspense much longer. The Phillies are definitely taking that one. So let's put the Phillies with Craig Kimbrell. And there's been a lot of talk about that in the chat from you guys, Ballcap Nation. So I see that. I can see that. Kevin Kiermaier is next up. The Rays traded Joey Wendell yesterday. There was talk that they are seriously looking at trading Kevin Kiermaier. Is Kevin Kiermaier traded? I think he will be. He's getting up there. His contract is getting up there. He's now one of the more expensive pieces on that team, though if compared to other teams, it's not that expensive. But Kevin Kiermaier is one of the more expensive pieces at this point. So do they move him? They have more than enough options in the outfield. Do they move on from him and try to get something? It's the Tampa way. Will Kevin Kiermaier get traded? Frank Rizzo, Phillies, Kevin Kiermaier, unfortunately, could be. Santee City, that would be a great fit to the Astros. All right, this seems like we can end it. It is a yes. So now do your thing. Spam out where you think he's going to go. Where is Kevin Kiermaier going to go? Anybody just hopping in for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Stay close to the channel for live streams and for uploads. Where's he going to go? Phillies, Yankees, Astros. Phillies, the rumor. Miami, that's an interesting. Miami could be. I mean, if it was going to be Miami, you'd think he would have been included in that Wendell trade. Phillies do need a center fielder. AJ, I do see people putting out Pirates. Tyler, are you putting us on? Cameron doing the same thing. Cameron and Tyler pushing the Pirates. Phillies. It seems to be Phillies. I do see a little bit of love. There was Miami love for a second. There's a couple of you with the Brewers, but it feels like the most of this is going Phillies. So we are going to go with Philadelphia. Philadelphia getting 2 players off the board. Let's get one more. Let's get another one. Let's get Jeff McNeil. This one's going to be interesting. I'm kind of curious what you guys are going to say about Jeff McNeil. Is Jeff McNeil traded? Do they make that happen? Yes or no for Jeff McNeil? I'm actually surprised there is any talk around Jeff McNeil getting traded. He had a bad year last year, yeah, but he's a 300 hitter outside of last year. And in 2018 or 19, he hit 20 home runs. I'm really surprised that there has been a run on the let's trade Jeff McNeil take. I'm really surprised. We're about split right now on the poll. I am really surprised. They might need him. They really might need Jeff McNeil. Guy that can play the infield and the outfield with the rash of injuries they went through last year. Who would you rather have if you're a Mets fan? Would you rather have Jeff McNeil or J.D. Davis? Because it could be one of the, if you're going to trade somebody, it's sort of between those two. But McNeil, there's more talk on McNeil getting traded than Davis. A lot of you saying keep. That's the way it's leaning so far in the poll. It's a close one. It's a close one. One of the closer ones we've had. But we are going to go. I'm going to end the poll here in a second. We're going to see what the final results are. I'm going to see if a few more votes came in last second. Where did we finish at? We finished with a no on McNeil getting traded. Let's move on to the next. John Means. Will he get traded? The word is that the Orioles were dangling John Means in trade talk. Absolutely astonishes me. The guy who's, I believe, just entering arbitration or coming out of his first year of arbitration. I just don't understand a world where John Means gets traded. But you guys, let's see it. Do you have John Means getting traded? At some point, yeah, John Means is going to get traded at some point. But I don't think he gets traded before the start of the 2022 season. In my opinion, John Means gets traded maybe at the trade deadline or after next year. Because Means spent a lot of time injured the second half of the year. There is some concern about the spin rates and the sticky stuff. So we'll see what happens with John Means. This is another close vote. I had a feeling the second half, this side here, this right side of the board was going to be a little bit closer on the voting. McNeil, this is going back and forth between yes and no. We had McNeil with a no. Kiermaier and Kimbrel were pretty clearly yeses, but McNeil was split. Right now, John Means is about split. We're going to let a few more votes come in to try to break the tie. Does John Means get traded? We know the Orioles, they're dangling a pre-arbitration guy. Cedric Mullins wasn't even a conversation yesterday about Cedric Mullins because he's pre-arbitration. They just give him a contract. There's no issues with arbitration yet for Means. I'm sorry, for Mullins. But Means is early in his arbitration. Kyle, you would love Trevor Story to the Yankees. It could happen. I feel like they should go Story over Correa. Word is Story's going to cost less, and there's nobody on the fan base that would be mad about Trevor Story coming over. You have a very strong portion of that fan base that would hate Carlos Correa. So why do that? You Brian Cashman, you want to add more fuel to the fire Cashman fire? All right. I'm going to end the poll here in a second. We're going to see where it finishes out. If it's 50-50, I'll be the decider, but I think we have a no. It says 50. It says 50% no, 49% yes. What about the other 1%? I do think it should be 51% no, but we're going to go no on John Means. It's close. Cedric Mullins is next. Is Cedric Mullins getting traded? Story to the Yankees. That should be the play. It is slowing down. Let me refresh. Heavy on the nose. Heavy on the nose. I'm actually not surprised the Yankees kept Boone. I see that comment. I'm not surprised. Is it Zendava? I'm not surprised because, listen, he has a couple 100-win seasons on his belt. They're constantly in the mix for the playoffs. I know the goal is the World Series, but I think last year was more on the hitting coach. So, listen, if there's a repeat of last year, then Boone's probably gone. But I think the Yankees get it together. Tyler, you like that idea? We're going to end the poll. It is looking like a no on Cedric Mullins getting traded. We're going to end it. We're going to see what the final result is. I agree with you, Frank. I think it's a little too early. All right. Cedric Mullins, a no. Gleyber Torres is next. It's another long shot trade. Does he get traded before the start of the season? Does Gleyber get traded before the start of the season? I know there's a lot of Yankee fans that wanted Boone out. I think Boone might win you back this year as long as they can hit. I really. What are the other options is the question. Here's the thought. If you wanted Boone fired, who did you want them to go and get? Is the question. Who's out there? And that's really, I think, probably what that front office looked at. Who is out there? You're not going to go get Mike Schilt. No way. Bob Melvin was really the big name, and they took him from Oakland. There's no big option. The White Sox went Tony La Russa last year. That's where the managerial candidates are at right now. So that's why, you might as well stick with Boone. You might as well stick with Boone for one more year. We're going to put a no with Gleyber Torres. It's close. About 55% with the no, 45% with the yes. We put a no with Gleyber Torres. Buck, though, would you really bring Buck back? One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to end up in a situation where you're looking for another manager in 3 years because your current manager is ready to hang it up for good. That's the only thing I have against Buck. Peter, you wanted La Russa. My only thing is you're going to end up in a situation very soon, even if you're winning, where you're going to have to find another manager because it's not a long-term answer. You can't have this guy start a dynasty with your team. We'll get up Pablo Lopez. Is he next? Is he going, yes or no? You can't start a dynasty with your team with Tony La Russa because Tony La Russa is going to hang it up for good. Tony La Russa is a three-year manager. Maybe. Listen, I don't know what his contract is. I don't really care what his contract is. I think he's a 3-year answer, and then you're looking for another head coach. That's my thing. Is Lopez getting traded? Tyler, do you agree that Gabe Kapler deserved NL Manager of the Year? I agree. I do. This is a close one. This one leaning no. It does not surprise me at all that we had all those yeses with the A's and the Reds players, but we're getting some no's now. When putting this together, sort of the left side of the screen was more of the trades that I thought had a better chance. The right side, we start to get into some of the longer shots. Pablo, too good for the Marlins to trade. We're about a minute in, and it is another 55-45 about that. We're going to end the poll, and we're going to say no on Pablo Lopez from you guys. New sub. What's up, Soka44? Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Welcome to Ballcap Nation. Happy to have you here. We got two more. J-Ram. Is J-Ram going to get traded? Jose Ramirez. Let me put it up. You guys let me know. Is Jose Ramirez getting traded before the start of next season? Whether it's before this deadline or whether it is once we come back from the lockout. Does J-Ram get traded? At some point, I think he does. Does he get traded before the start of the season? Heavy on the yeses. Heavy on the yeses. We're on a run of no's. We got 5 straight no's. I'll give it a second. I know J-Ram's a little bit more of a hot button player, a polarizing player. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. I don't know if the no's can make a comeback at this point. So we're going to go. It is yes for Jose Ramirez getting traded, guys. So now the question is, where is he going to go? And you know what to do. Spam where you think Jose Ramirez is going to go. If it is lopsided, I will just put the logo up there. If we have a final 2, 3, or 4, we'll do a poll. Thank you, Christopher Townsend, for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcat Nation, Christopher. Happy to have you here. I'm not surprised. Tyler writes, I see you with the love for your Giants. A few people with love for the Astros. But let's keep it going. I'll keep it going. It's picking up. There is a lag. I apologize for the lag. It is a reoccurring theme. Despite every now and then a couple of Yankees or a couple of Astros, it's these guys. It's north of the border. It is the Toronto Blue Jays. Canada comes up. We're going to put Jose Ramirez on the Jays. I do see, again, I see there's the occasional Miami or the Mariners or the Astros or the Giants, but it is heavy with the Jays. And again, if we did the polls with the Jays and the Astros and the Mariners and the Yankees and all that, the poll would end up reflecting the heavy Jays. Rocky, good to see you in there. Yep, heavy Jays. One more player to go. This was at the request. I don't know if he's still here anymore, but we had a request to add Bryant Reynolds in. Talk about him getting traded. Does he get traded before the deadline? Do you have Bryant Reynolds getting traded from the Pirates? Thank you, Rocky. Yep, Frank. I've seen that. Early on, we're leaning yes. It's getting closer though. Don't spam just yet. Don't do it just yet. It's a 4% swing right now. It's getting tight. It's a 3% swing. Oh, yes, gaining a couple more. I understand that there is a lag from the poll results and me monitoring the poll because the chat and the actual stream are a few second difference. We are going to end it here in just a second. We'll see what the results are. Bryant Reynolds traded. 58% say yes. So we go to the spam. Spam it out, guys. Where do you have Bryant Reynolds going? This could be a one-sided one. There's been rumors about the Phillies, so hit it with the Phillies. If you think it's the Phillies, make your prediction. Miami is an interesting one. A lot of Phillies love. All right, we're going to do a final 4 for Reynolds. since he's our last guy, let's do a Final Four. We're going to do Giants. We're going to do Phillies. We're going to do Marlins. And what else have I been seeing a lot of? I've been seeing I see Noah going hard, spamming with the Astros. I do see some Yankees. I think I see a few more Yankees than Astros. So we'll go with the Final Four. We'll put a Final Four up. Watching for the results. Phillies out early with the lead. That doesn't really surprise me. Make sure to vote. Philly inching a little bit further ahead. Yankees kind of close behind. We'll let a few more votes come in. Couple more votes. We're going to end it. We're going to give it about 5 more seconds. And we are going to end it. Phillies 40%, Yankees 23, Giants 19, Marlins 16. So we will give the Phillies a player. So whether they get Kimbrel or Kiermaier or Reynolds, I think we all agree that Philly is going to be active at the trade deadline. Not the trade deadline, but in the trade market. If they don't go out and sign the players for the big dollars, they are going to go out and they are going to make the moves. And I think they will too. I'm with you guys on that. Man, whoo! That was a lot of player board, guys. Everybody that's been here throughout the player board, I appreciate you, man. I figured we'd have a lot of people hopping in and out. And I know we have a lot of people that hung out for a lot of the player board. So I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you. We're pushing 3 hours on the stream as we have our countdown to the deadline. It is all quiet in baseball land right now. It is all quiet. All we got is games to play at this point. So we do the player board for the free agent predictions and for the trades. There's nothing going. It really, all we have today is some deals becoming official. Max Scherzer had a Zoom call and the CBA negotiations. Robbie Ray telling at a news conference in Seattle his deal, it happened really quickly, adds it just seemed like a really good fit. He's got his Seattle Mariners jersey on. I don't know if I like that. But yeah. All right, we are chilling at 541 likes. Are there 9 more likes to get to 550? I'm obsessive over even numbers. Can we get to 550? Are there 9 likes out there that can get us to 550? James, thank you for being here for almost half of the stream. That's an hour and a half, my man. That's an incredible time spent watching. Whether you're watching, whether you're listening, whether I'm in a tab behind you, whatever you're doing, I appreciate you. Michael Benetti, are the Jays getting anyone today? Listen, man, I said last night, and I'm not going to go back on my word, I said last night I felt like noon Eastern today was really, if you want to get a deal done and make it official, noon was the deadline to get a deal done. Was my feeling, because you got to get the physicals done. You got to get things finalized and taken care of. And we are now at almost 2:00 Eastern, and we haven't had anything. I'm starting every 30-minute chunk that goes by, I get more and more skeptical of a deal actually getting any deals getting done. Buster Olney tweeting out that he thought it would be easier to get trades done today than it would be to get free agents signed, because in a trade scenario, it's just two teams talking. Obviously you could have multiple teams talking. There's multiple teams talking for Matt Olson, but for a Kevin Kiermaier trade, there's probably not 10 teams in on Kevin Kiermaier, but there are 10 teams in on Trevor Story. I don't think it's 10, but you get my point. So that's the only thing about that. Let's see. Jose, you can see John Means to the Phillies. Potentially. Gosman has his conference at 3 p.m. in an hour. I mean, that's the other thing. These guys, the teams, the front offices, they like to do the press conference, introduce the players, roll all that stuff out. That's also got to get done today. Can't do that once you get into that lockout situation. So we're going to see what happens with the lockout. I appreciate everybody that has come in. John Heyman tweeting right now that the Giants, Dodgers, and Angels, who all tried for Scherzer, continue to look for starting pitching. What does that mean? That does not necessarily mean Rodon or Kershaw or Stroman. That means Kikuchi or Duffy or Pineda, somebody like that. That is what that is more likely to mean. Or again, maybe you have the trade. If a team feels like we can't get the player via free agency, there's not enough time for the deadline, but we want to get it done because we know there's going to be a huge rush when they come out of the lockout. What we saw the last 72 hours, I guess minus the last 8, was a big rush, right? That will happen when we come out of the lockout. So make sure to, hang out, stay close to the channel during the lockout. I'm still going to be putting out content every single day. We'll still be doing live streams. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to do a bunch of things. I got some ideas for some interactive tournaments to do with you guys using the poll. I have some ideas for some player docs, some mini docs. We'll be doing a little bit of the show. We're going to do a little bit of everything during the lockout to try to keep you guys entertained to pass the time. And of course, we'll keep an ear to the ground on what's going on. So stay close to the channel, subscribe. We will be doing our best to get through it. And who knows? Maybe we'll start talking hoops. I don't know. We will figure it out. We will get through it. We will stay entertained and engaged with one another. I'm not going to go anywhere just because there's a lockout. We'll still be out here every day. Danny Duffy, Andrew, Danny Duffy. So that is my thinking on that. We will keep an eye on that. So I appreciate everybody that's here. Make sure, again, subscribe, stay close to the channel. We did jump over the 550. We jumped to 566. We are 34 likes away from 600. That might be asking a lot. Is that asking a lot? Listen, we're just playing like games at this point. We're doing the like jumps. I don't know if we can jump. We got 67. We're 33 likes away from 600. I don't know. Maybe if you haven't used your like yet, smash that thing. Let's see if we can jump to 600 in the next couple of minutes. Let's see if we can do that. MLB fan, hey man, details on Avisail Garcia. That is out now. I did just see that. Avisail Garcia, his deal with Miami is loading. Whoa, what? Wow, that's crazy. $12 million a year for 4 years. 12, 12, 12, and 12. A club option for 2026 at 12, or $5 million buyout. That's interesting. Remember, he had 18 on the table from the Brewers to just do it again. That's interesting to me. And we are 17 likes away from 600. If you haven't hit that like yet, smash the like. We're going to see if we can try to get to 600 here in the next couple minutes. I am surprised that Garcia, it's 12, 12, and 12. 12. I mean, listen, it's a 4-year deal with an option for a 5th. Okay, that's more guaranteed money over the life of it. But I I believe that Garcia could have gotten this contract next year, could have taken the qualifying offer, made $18 million this year, hit the market next year, and gotten the same contract. Now, sure, he could get hurt, things could happen, he could fall off, it wouldn't go down in his favor if he gets hurt, but I'm kind of surprised. I mean, listen, I guess 4 for 53, what are you going to do? It's not like it was 4 for 75, but I don't know. I think he could have gotten that deal. I think he could have gotten that deal next year after getting $18 million this year. Teams can still sign and trade today. They can, but the problem is to make it official, physicals and all that, that also has to get done today. So the closer we get at this point, it is 2 o'clock in the East. The deadline is midnight in the East. It's very unlikely. Very unlikely. The trade is a little bit more. Trade is a little bit easier. Trades are a little bit easier to go down. The free agent signings, not so much at this point. It's getting late to make a free agent splash. And guys, I want to thank you all for the support. Everybody that has subscribed in the last couple of days, not just today. Those of you that have subscribed today, thank you. Those of you that have subscribed in the last couple of days, you are really pushing this channel hard. Ballcat Nation has jumped in the last couple of days. We went 1,000 new subscribers over a 2-day period. We're at 14,455 at this moment. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We're pushing to that 14,500 number. But here's the point. 2 weeks ago, a couple days before Thanksgiving, we were at 12,000 subscribers. A couple days before Thanksgiving. And here we are on December 1st at 14.5. That's 2,500 new subscribers in like 2 weeks. So thank you. Ballcat Nation, you have really jumped things up big time, and I appreciate you. Thank you. What's up, Donovan? Good to see you in. Donovan, how are you doing? We are 9 likes away. Chris, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcat Nation, Chris. I appreciate you. Now, some of you may subscribe and you may not get the alert that I have pop up. And the only reason that'll happen is if you have your subscription set to private, it won't do the alert. Daquan3130 Brewster, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcat Nation. If you subscribe and you don't get the alert because of that reason, comment in the chat. Let me know that you subscribed. I would like to give you a shout out. I would like to thank you if you do that. And again, I have my social handles up there. One day, when we are ready, when we have enough followers on Twitch, we will start doing things on Twitch. So I put my Twitch up there. If you like to watch gaming or whatever's going on, people in hot tubs, I'm not getting in a hot tub. It's not happening. But if you like watching people in hot tubs, or you like to watch people whisper, this stuff. I don't do that either, except for just there then. We will eventually start using Twitch, but we got to be ready for it. And right now, we're not quite ready. We'll get there eventually. So, but follow me on Twitch for when we're ready, and Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you guys can be my eyes and ears when I'm not following somebody that might be breaking something, and you can tweet it at me. And again, you support me by subscribing, by watching, by doing all of this, and by following me on Twitter. If you do that, I have a rule. If you support me, I will support you. I will follow you back on Twitter. So my Twitter handle's up there for a couple of reasons. So you can tweet it at me. And again, anybody that follows me while we're live, I follow you back. That's my rule. You support me, I support you. Hot tub stream. Not going to have it, Tyler. Dude, I died. The first time I saw that little describer, whatever it was, hot tubs, pools, and beaches, I'm like, what? And then you see people in hot tubs? No, man. Maybe if I'm in the gym for if I can get a good 2 years going to the gym, I just can't do it. I keep hurting myself. Shoulders, wrists, I just keep hurting myself. Josh, thank you for subscribing. A few people coming in here with the subs. Josh, Lisa Ander, is that right? Thank you for subscribing. Chris, thank you for subscribing. Medic Mike, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the donation. Thank you for supporting the channel in that way. I am doing well. How are you, Medic Mike? Thank you for hopping in. Thank you for being here. Satchel, you are back. Did you miss anything? Yeah, we traded J-Ram to the Jays. The Phillies traded for Kimbrel, Kiermaier, Reynolds just on the player board, not in real life. Not in real life, on the player board. So we did the player board trades. Again, Medic Mike, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you for that. Do I think the Mets will sign another free agent before the lockout, Michael King? I don't. Ricardo, right on. I do get the alerts for those that have followed, and it's slow. I'll be honest with you. Twitter, my phone, everything is slow right now. So I will follow you back. If I accidentally unfollow you, I hope that doesn't happen, because sometimes it says, it still gives me the little black oval, like rectangle oval kind of thing, and it'll say follow, but then I'll tap it, and I will actually have already hit it, and it'll say unfollowing. So I hope that doesn't happen, but it does get a little goofy for whatever reason. JM, well, we didn't do the actual trade. We were doing the will they get traded and where will they go. We didn't go that deep into the trade game. What are the Dodgers going to do? Anything other than the re-signs? We're going to have to wait and see, I think. At this point, I think we have to wait and see. Let's see. Medic Mike. Let me see what else. Again, Medic Mike, thank you. Aviator subscribing. Thank you, Aviator, for subscribing. Welcome to Ballcat Nation. I'm happy that you have decided to come on board and join Ballcat Nation. Thank you all. Thank you to all, again, the new subscribers. The channel is growing very quickly with you, Ballcat Nation. You are it. You are the driving force. Ice Hockey Train Man, thank you for subscribing. CVSLDER, I'm just going to spell. I'm sorry. CVSLDER 24 subscribing. Thank you. Welcome to Ballcat Nation. Any prediction on Carlos at this point? Carlos Correa. I don't think the deal happens until after the lockout. That's where I'm coming down to at this point with all of these guys. Kyle Stevens, thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Rizzo back to the Cubs. That could play. I feel like there was a little bit of momentum for that. There was a little bit of talk, but then it just didn't happen. Do I think the Tigers will sign anyone before the lockout? I do not. I don't see it happening. I see a few more coming in with the follow on Twitter. I will follow you guys back. All right. It's not loading. Oh, there it is. Okay, Robert and Michael. How long you guys think the lockout will be? Oh man, I hope it's not long. I do think it could go until I don't want to say it's going to go to early February, but I have a feeling it goes to early February. I have a feeling the two sides need the threat of losing games, losing time, because mid-February about that is when pitchers and catchers need to report. You need to have the threat of losing games, losing spring training. If you start losing spring training, that pushes the start of regular season back. They're not going to condense spring training into like a week. Think about with the pandemic. If they were going to condense spring training at any point, it would have been then, so they could have gotten the season started for the 4th of July. They didn't do that. So, they're not gonna trim out spring training. So if you can't get spring training started on time, you don't get the regular season started on time. That's going to be a major deciding factor, a major motivator, and I just have a feeling it ends up going that long. So we will have plenty of time to have fun on the channel doing a lot of variety things for December and January as we kind of get through that stuff. Andrew, exactly. That is a real possibility, and if that does happen, think about the flood we have had over the last couple of days really since, we sort of had some momentum building right before Thanksgiving. Nothing happened on Thanksgiving, and then Friday things really started to pick up. That tenfold when they come out of the lockout, because all of these deals are going to need to get done that are hanging out there. Everybody we talked about with free agency, with the free agency players, with the trades, they're all going to have to get worked out in a very tight window of time. So we'll have to watch that. Yeah, Spencer, I am also convinced it is going to go. I'm hoping it's. I will be completely honest. As a baseball fan and as a content creator, I don't want it to go to February. I'm not saying this because I got all these great plans and I'm gonna kill it during the lockout. I think all of us baseball content creators will be searching for content during this period, because the content usually it kind of is handed to you on a silver platter, right? Freddie Freeman signs, boom, content done. Create an upload, create a take, do some changes, do some jersey swaps, all that. Like, the content is handed to you on a silver platter when things are operating. When it's not operating, it's you got more work to do. It's easier in the scenario where everything's running smoothly and fine, but. So when I say that I think it goes to February, that's not me rooting for it to go to February. That's how I feel it's going to go down. I would love for it to be a short, month. Get it figured out before the new calendar. Whatever you do, I think they got to figure something out. Do I think Bryant signs before the lockout, Barry? At this point, now that it is 2:13 in the East, I do not think it will. I do not think it will. All right, guys, I'm going to run because I got to go get something to eat. I got to go grab some lunch. I need to do a few things. The kids are going to be home in a little while, so I got to take care of a few things before they get home. I am going to hop off. I appreciate everybody that is here live, subscribing to the channel, following me on Twitter, following me on Twitch. I have seen the Twitter follower number growing, so I appreciate you guys that are going over to Twitch and following me over there. We will be ready for that platform at some point soon. Again, so make sure you find that, and we will get there. But I appreciate everybody that is here, again, subscribing. Thank you to the mods for watching the spammers. We didn't have the same problem we had last night. Last night was nuts. We were getting hit. There was someone in the chat that was listening to what I was saying and then spamming the words I was saying. So, we didn't have that today. That's good. Yes, Wood re-signing is official. That's what I'm saying about these deals. That's why I don't think we have enough time at this point. And I don't want to be, a black cloud. I don't want to take any air out of the room. But I don't think we have enough time. How long ago did we hear about Wood to the Giants? And look how long it took for the deal to get official. Same thing with Gosman. That was this morning. Yimi Garcia. These deals take time. I don't think we have time left for deals. I would love for it to happen, but, literally, you're going to have to be signing the contract and taking the physical at the exact same time. The doctors are going to be just posted up at the door to do the physical once the player agrees. So I think it's skeptical that we have it. Ball Cap Nation, again, I salute you. Thank you today. A great stream. If anything big does happen, stay close to the channel. I'll come back live. We will talk about it, whether it's a trade, whether it's a signing. If there is a miraculous CBA agreement worked out, whether they get a deal done or whether they just extend it for a year, I'll come on and we'll celebrate. We'll do the whole thing. But thank you, guys. Nothing but love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for everything you do. 617 likes. I applaud that right back to you. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. If I don't see you live again, keep an eye out. I might do an upload tonight. I owe the Platinum members a exclusive only to the Platinum members video. If you are interested in that, there are details on the Platinum and the Gold memberships at the main channel homepage. But I owe them a exclusive video, so I might be doing that as well. So I got a few things to do. I'm going to hop off, go do some things. I hope so, Rocky. I'm with you on that. Shout out again to everybody that has subscribed today. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my platinum and gold members. Thank you guys for the support. Shout out to everybody that did the super chat today. I appreciate you guys. You are the engine that keeps this thing running, and I appreciate you. Thank you for a great stream, everybody. Let's keep an eye. We'll see if anything happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I still plan on being live tomorrow. That will still be a thing, even if we are in a lockdown. Thank you, guys. Hit the like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new and you're just finding us. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and let's keep our fingers crossed that we get some good news at some point. Guys, take it easy, everybody. Have a good one.